I'm Anynewprovince, and I just finished up the league with Sentry Bounce. This came very close to the 50% win-loss record that I look for when I'm testing out new cards in decks like this. The only thing that kept us from that was a little bit of bad luck and probably the worst punt I've ever made on stream in my entire life. Anyway, I'm just here to remind you, you can like the video or subscribe to the channel down below. I'd seriously appreciate it. It's a great way to let me know you're enjoying everything, and it really encourages me to keep making great Pauper content. As always, you can bounce right into the match you want to watch by clicking on the timestamp in the description box down below. Thanks for watching and enjoy the stream. Oh my good god, we're playing against Bilster? Holy crap. I'm actually like so dead. Bilster's a really good, really good player. Alright, so I'll keep. At least we got 2 lone missionaries to start beating down. This is going to be tough though. Bilster is very good. Like very consistently putting up results. So we're gonna have to see how this goes. Let's play Tranquil Cove and F6. I feel like they are going to play lightning fast. I look like the detective from Stranger Things? I'm glad you're okay. That's good. Being okay is critical. I'm gonna play a lone. I don't know if I want to wait until they can leave up counter magic. I would rather they daze this if they are on. Well, I guess they're on Scred Delver probably. So we'll hold our journey. It's not as likely that they have some weird one-off counter magic. Don't flip this, okay? Just don't flip your Delver right now. That would be lovely. Oh, good. Well, maybe they'll be incentivized to play this preordained so that we can journey their Delver next turn. No, we're not going to block. Because we can't. Okay, so if they're leaving up hard counter, that's kind of okay. Spell Stutter can't hit our lone missionary. I don't know that they'll counter another lone missionary. Let's go to attacks and see what that looks like. I have watched Stranger Things. I love Stranger Things. The follow notification emote or GIF, I guess GIF, however you do choose to pronounce it, is from Stranger Things. So I don't want to pass the turn here without trying to remove this Delver. So I think I can't play around days anyway. I think maybe I'll get down my Karoo land. Let's try to journey it. We do have Celestial Flare. If they snap it or something weird like that, then we have Skyfisher. Oh, they do have days. Okay. Can't pay for days. We can eventually get it back with Custody Squire, however you are supposed to pronounce it. So that's all right. That's okay. All right, your turn. Oh man, they got to pay retail for it too. I liked both seasons of Stranger Things. I thought they were both pretty great, honestly. So this is Mono Blue Delver with kind of inverted art snow islands. Maybe that's just what the foil looks like. That looks really cool. Okay, I highly doubt Bilster is afraid of what we've got going on at all here. So we're going to go to attacks, get him with Lone Missionary, and it'll really suck if they play out a fairy on this turn, but if they play out a fairy, then that's it. We would really like to Celestial Flare this Delver without giving them an opportunity to Spell Stutter it, but otherwise we can just cycle this Ash Baron so that we have an untap land. We'll try to Custody Squire next turn. Hopefully they don't have another days for us. Has anything weird ever happened to me? Well, man, I've had some odd experiences. I feel like, and despite what I may try to portray here on the stream. All right, so there's Spire Golem. I feel like they were holding up protection for it there or something. Also, I was talking about Stranger Things, so I probably should have Celestial Flared, but maybe we'll find an opportunity to do so soon. All right, our turn. I don't know if we just play into days here. I'd really like to find something better to do. Doesn't look like we did. Okay, so I think we want to get hard counter magic out of their hand, but we'll have to sacrifice a lone missionary to do it. It's not a big deal. We can recur it with Custody Squire. We really have to force through this Custody Squire to try to... Oh boy, I know, right, Lynx? It's time. It's time to try to meme them. We're gonna do our best. So I'm going to attempt a Celestial Flare here. They can't Spell Stutter it. They'll have to have a hard counter. Only 12 minutes late. Yeah, you're pretty close. Okay, Mr. Fox. Sorry I wasn't able to tell you about the strange things that have happened to me, but yeah, strange things have happened to me. I don't know. I feel unusually lucky despite what goes on in the stream here. All right, it's Custody Squire for Journey to Nowhere or bust here. So hopefully they don't just have another hard counter. I don't really know what we're going to be worried about here. They're probably not worried about much, given that we've F6 especially. They're going to attack for 5. We're at 17. They have 4 cards in hand. Not choosing to ninja. They're going to get down fairy, so maybe they just have spell stutter in hand? Ooh, I feel like Rift Watcher would be pretty good here too. Okay. It's just buy. Oh, okay. No, that's cool. That's cool. Have a great night, man. Thank you for dropping in. So they are telegraphing that they're trying to spell stutter something here. I'm kind of hoping that's the case and they won't be able to counter this Custody Squire. We're gonna get back our Journey, which is just gonna get caught by a spell stutter anyway, but I guess it's better than nothing. We can like try to Journey something, and then if Journey doesn't resolve, we can sneak in an Aven Rift Watcher. We're not blocking with Lone Missionary anyway. If they want to trade it with Fairy Miscreant, then it makes their Fairies next turn a little bit worse. I will trade this with Delver for sure. I'm hoping they don't have like... Well, Vapor Snag isn't that great against Custody Squire, so... Okay, Lynx, we're going to do this. We're going to beat Bilster on one of the best decks in the format. Right now. It's going to happen. Opponent on 3 cards in hand. See if they're going to get in. They are. Okay. So I think we do trade with this Delver, because Rift Watcher can still block this for a good little while next turn. We're going to try to get them to use up their... Okay, there's another Spire Golem. Fantastic. We're going to try to get them to use up their Spell Stutter. That's pretty good. So let's see the Spell Stutter sprite. Yep, okay. No big deal. We can get the next Spire Golem with it. They only have 1 card in hand. So let's play out an island. Grab a Spire Golem with this Journey. Hopefully we hit a... hopefully we hit something to deal with everything else soon. I hope their last card isn't Daze. That would be so vicious. If their last card is Daze. No, Bilster is not on Boros Tron today. Alright, sweet. So we will get to resolve this Rift Watcher, hopefully, unless this is Daze, which is insane if it is. Oh, what? Oh, Bilster! That's how you win so many tournaments. Oh, gosh. Okay, well, that was kind of a huge blowout. We're a little ahead on life total here, but we have no board. I'm very grateful that our deck is full of 2-for-1s, but man, that was nuts. I don't know, maybe we just didn't try it there or something, and here comes Ninja. Oh, that's probably just going to be it. Savage. They have Spell Stutter in hand. Ugh. I don't know. We... Bilster is on one of the best decks in the format. We're going to bait out Spell Stutter here, because it's going to be pretty good against the rest of our deck anyway. Yeah, they've got Ninja online, 6 lands in play. I don't really see this turning around. Thanks, Mr. Fox. I'm glad to have you. We're F4. They've probably got a counterspell in hand by now. We'll probably... Yeah, okay. Not when you want to be drawing those. All right, so let's see what we want to bring in against this type of Delver. So let's bring in Stormbound Geists. I was a little more ready for Blue-Red Delver. Main deck, we have better stuff for them, but yeah, I don't know that we have tons for Mono Blue. I guess another Celestial Flare is probably okay. Just more removal. And we'll take out Loyal Sentries. Unfortunately, they're kind of bad here. Court Hussar is going to be how we try to do our impression of great value. Oh, but we got to start the night off playing Bilster on Mono Blue Delver. Oof. Oof. It's a tall order. It's a very tall order. They're a great player. Yeah, Mr. Fox, I'm trying to think of some weird stuff, just like generally weird stuff. Oh, excuse me, Windows has just decided to tell me things. Kills Golem. Oh my gosh, you're right. Yes. Okay, bring in Sanctifiers. Oof. I think I got it just in time. Hey, you're totally right. And I guess if they're going to try to lock us down with enchantments, it does as well. But we have lots of bouncy stuff. I could bring in Celestial Flare over something as well. Maybe the last Loyal Sentry. Oh, never mind. But I kind of want one to lock down their ninjas. We're on the Lone Missionary draw again, so I guess we're going to try it. We'll play a tap land while we've got a second and pass the turn to them. Man, if it weren't for that daze, I feel like maybe we would have been okay. They would have got their ninja anyway. If this is turn 2 ninja, then, well, it's turn 2 ninja. And that's kind of what that feels like. Okay, let's see what this is. Just land, and it's probably going to be ninja, I'd assume. They know that our 2-drop is likely Lone Missionaries, and I don't think they care about that. Yep. There's ninja. Okay. Let's play around days. Play a plains. Oh, it looks like we're gonna get color screwed this game too. Go to combat. Get in for 2. Leave back a blocker. It's pretty bad against Vapor Snag, but at least we get to gain 1,000 life about it. We'll just have 6. Nothing to do about that here. And they're gonna leave up maybe counter magic. Maybe they'll have a spell stutter for our next 2-drop. See if they want to trade ninja. Looks like they do. Okay. And we draw a Journey to Nowhere. Don't know how relevant that is here. I don't know if we want to cast that. I'm going to try to trade with this fairy. Because if they want to trade with fairy, then that will put our Journey closer to online against Fairy Miscreant. Looks like they don't want to block. So I feel like they have Fairy Miscreant in hand. And if they don't, or sorry, they have Spell Stutter Sprite in hand. And if they don't, then they're bluffing it very well. Either that or they're setting up for another ninja next turn. If they are setting up for another ninja next turn, if they have ninja and spell stutter in hand, Journey is terrible here. So I'm just going to pass. I attack because I feel like we need to get damage in, like, right now. So we'll see what this is. They're going to go looking. Well, that's good. So if they want a ninja here, then they're tapped out of some of the counter magic we care about. No, never mind. There's Delver. All right, so here comes Fairy. Yep. Is this a ninja fairy? Looks like it's not, so that's okay. They have 2 mana up here. Spell Stutter Sprite most likely in hand. I don't know if we play into daze. We definitely attack. Playing into daze seems pretty bad here. But I feel like they have Spell Stutter in hand. I'm going to trade their Delver. Okay. Sure. Damage goes through. So if we tap out to cast our Custody Squire, then they'll get a ninja down next turn, and they can leave up counter magic for our Journey. So let's see. Yeah, of course. Okay. Mono Blue Delver, man. It's a great deck. And this might be ninja leaving up Spell Stutter Sprite. Yeah. There's just, it's insane how good it is. It's almost like there's no playing around it. There might have been one turn where I could have left a blocker back, and I guess they have like kind of an optimal thing here. So let's try to resolve this Core Skyfisher. If this baits out the Spell Stutter Sprite, then at the very least we'll be able to, yeah. So we should at least be able to Journey their ninja, but they could just have a ton more ninjas. So let's see if they do. Can you tell me if you think this is weird? I was on a holiday and I have an English accent, and a group of girls heard me on the phone, and then I went to park and they kind of followed me, and when I was in the pool, got in and watched me swim, and they were trying to make me play Truth or Dare. Now that sounds pretty straight up American to me. That sounds like some schoolgirl fun. The mana base really isn't that bad either. Like, I really have no idea why I'm stuck on white mana here. And they have another ninja. That's probably just game. It's not game to the point where I just want to scoop, but no blue mana is killing me right now too. Being able to play at instant speed is definitely an advantage against this deck, but when you have no blue mana, you can't play at instant speed. Maybe we'll take a little peek at the mana base in between games. Maybe I made kind of a crucial mistake, but don't feel like I did. Let's see what we draw. Stonehorn Dignitary. 6 cards in hand. I can't imagine they don't have removal on board here, but just anything to block the ninja is good. Or sorry, they don't have counter spells. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Mono blue. This deck's amazing. Hey, Dimir, what's up, man? We are just getting punished by one of the best players in the format, Bilstard. Is Bilstard one of the only people with multiple challenge wins as well? Try to stifle. Okay. We'll play our land and I guess try to court Hussar. Like it doesn't really matter. They're telegraphing lots of stuff here. But it plays around at least some of the counter spells we haven't seen yet. Okay, they're gonna spell stutter, sure. And second spell stutter? Yep. I really just want to scoop here, gang. But I'm gonna play it through. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Something tells me that Bilster does not tolerate the jank. Bilster is out here to make money. They're gonna draw some more with Ninja. Pretty much 0 outs here. Yep. There's Fairy Miscreant, drawing cards, Fairy Miscreant, drawing cards. And there's another Hussar. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, that's just it. How much is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm just gonna tell. All right, so they're gonna counter our Hussar. We'll pass it over to them, and yeah, man, Bilster is for real. So Bilster was just saying like he's going to give credit to, or they're going to give credit to the deck for being able to take it through, and they're saying, you know, they forgot how much they loved it, and I'm saying that I wish it wasn't so hard to play. This is why we can't have nice things. Well, Bilster doesn't think it's hard. All right, so I'll humor you guys. Bilster doesn't think it's hard. I think it's pretty hard. It is very good. You gotta know when to cast your spell stutters. You gotta know when to pick up your lands for your dazes and your gushes. If you're running brainstorms, you gotta know when to brainstorm and to augur. It's just there's a lot of interactions in this deck that you gotta pay attention to. When it's correct to Fairy Miscreant and to turn to Ninja. Being able to pay attention to your opponent's board correctly. I hope you guys are okay with this. I know I talked about it last time. But yeah, I think you guys are, I hope you guys are okay with me chatting it up with my opponents a little bit over there. I'm a little starstruck. Like, Bilster is amazing. But anyway, that's it. Okay, well, worst case scenario, we can pick up this Ash Barrens with our core Skyfisher to get our blue mana. So I'm not super worried about this. Getting to 2 white mana should be fine enough. We can interact with them early on. We can get aggressive if we have to. This has a lot of different ways to play out. So I think I'm going to keep it. Our opponent is apparently quite serious about leagues, so they're definitely quite serious about leagues. Let's see what they've got. Okay, Ponder, sure. So we're just going to have to run out an Ash Barrens. I would love to find literally any other land here, but it is what it is. This splash is feeling a little less light in these games. Oh, there's another land. Okay, sweet. Kybira Crossroads, go ahead. So I might just cycle this for another white mana. We do need double white for... we need double white for Celestial Flare, so I'm definitely hoping we can take a little bit of time to do that and play Loyal Sentry, but it looks like we're against another mono blue Delver deck. I don't know anybody jamming foil islands that isn't playing mono blue Delver, unless they're doing the foil island mill deck special. Oh, they're playing blue black. Okay. All right, so Deputy of Acquittals is pretty good in this matchup. I think I'm just going to cycle for... Well, I don't know. Let's see what we draw. A little too early to say what I want to do here. Maybe this is Blue-Black Delver. When I just started in the format, Blue-Black Delver was very popular. And it was a really good deck, I think. I'm not 100% sure why less people are playing it, or if there's even like an objective reason. But this could be like kind of a little rogue. Opponent gonna send me a message. No worries. Good luck, have fun. Just let me know, guys. If me, and especially like in the YouTube comments too, if you find me chatting with the opponent and getting a little banter on is irritating, you can absolutely just say so. So I am going to cycle this for white mana and run out Loyal Sentry here. I'm saying there's a chance we win here. I have beaten blue-black decks with this before, basically just because we can fizzle the removal with deputies, and we can generate a little bit more card advantage than they can. I remember like early on in my testing, I just pummeled the Teachings deck, but it's not like that. The testing isn't very high quality. Like I really should just be jamming leagues with these decks if I can. So we'll see. We'll see what our opponent's all about. Fortunately, we can just cycle this for blue. Oh, what's this? Maybe it's an Augur? They're going to evoke Muldrifter. Okay, well, that's good. That's really good. Part of me really just wants to Skyfisher back this Sentry and like, and not leave up Deputy. Or just run out this Rift Watcher. And then next turn, no, I guess let's get him a Sentry. I don't want to lose this. This is good against Gurmag Angler. It's pretty bad against Muldrifter, but opponent sending the message. Nice reprint for Mono White. Oh, if only you knew. Hello, Chaos Painter. I'm doing well. How are you doing tonight? I just got completely demolished by Mono Blue Delver, but I feel pretty okay about how things are going. Trying to decide whether I want to pick up this this Loyal Sentry with Core Skyfisher and get eaten by an Edict, or if I just want to run out Rift Watcher, and then next turn we can try to Court Hussar. It's good having protection for your creatures in this deck. I think I'm going to cycle this for blue mana. We'll flash out Deputy of Acquittals as a threat on their end step and see if they have any reactions. And if they do, we've kind of baited them into it, and we'll be able to run out a Court Hussar. Oh, sweet, man. What were you running? What was your flavor of this week for a Pauper tournament? A highly enjoyable Pauper experience. At the very least, like if they're on Forbidden Alchemy, they might want to try to take this turn off to Forbidden Alchemy. Okay, that's fine. I'm glad they're tapped out of counter magic here. It means we're going to be able to Deputy and just get it on the board as a threat. They have Dispel in hand. Okay, we're not really worried about that. You're running Boggles. Good thing Tass is in here to get upset with us for mispronouncing Boggles a bunch, eh? So I'm going to leave Loyal Sentry on the battlefield. Turn comes back to us. We find a Journey. Part of me kind of wants to just Journey this Augur and then start attacking. They have a Dispel in hand. We can sneak through this Court Hussar, which will definitely go a long way, but I think having a threat is probably kind of important. More removal isn't really relevant. You won. Awesome, man. Congrats. Keeping their board clear, probably kind of critical. I think I might just Core Skyfisher back this Deputy of Acquittals and just have it there to counter any targeted removal they have and flash it back in at the end of their turn if I want to. So I think I will do that. Let's Core Skyfisher back Deputy of Acquittals. And we'll pass the turn. I guess we shouldn't all the way pass the turn. Favor of the Over, but what is that card? Oh my goodness, you're out janking me here. Favor of the Over being. What are we working with here? 1 green blue. Oh, that does sound cool. Sweet, man. So we're gonna be able to get a clock started here. I'd like to draw a land to kind of like attempt to cast one of these spells and possibly another one in our hand. It'd be awesome to draw untapped blue mana, but it's pretty unlikely. So we'll just see what they want to do here. Maybe they're going to take this opportunity to try to Teachings. They won't. Okay, so we'll just leave up Deputy. We will Go to combat, attack with our Skyfisher. It's nice to just be able to always fizzle the removal. So I might just run out Lone Missionary here and leave up Deputy. And then we can bounce whatever creature seems to be an issue for us. We're just going to take 2. We'll play out Lone Missionary. It's not doing a whole lot on this board, but it will give us a reason to possibly journey this Augur Bolas at some point. We're going to counter Lone Missionary. Yeah, we're just going to pass for one more turn. Just holding up enough mana to get to these 3-drops. We do have a fair amount of mana. There's a good few tap lands in here too. But I like having Deputy backup for this board. If they target this, we really want to be able to save it. It's one of our main threats, and it can recur Court Hussar if we have to pick it up, so its worst case is not that bad. I don't know if they're going to attack with this and try to make us get tricky on them. Okay, so it's our turn now. Well, we'll keep casting 2-mana spells and baiting out whatever they do have in their hand. We got to turn our clock on now. So we'll see if they want to counter this hard style. I guess Prohibit grabs this too. Looks like they can't do anything about it. That's pretty nice. And now we can just start running out deputies on their end step. If they've got a clear board, they're almost as good as a core Skyfisher, I guess. So we'll go to attacks. We'll get him for 3. We're gonna have to try to get him here somehow. Unless they want to try to get us, but feel pretty protected right now. 4 rounds, 1 against mono white soldiers, 2 against affinity. They're going to recoil the... Okay, sure. Get Augur back. We have to discard. I think we'll discard our Deputy because there isn't a lot of chances we're going to be leaving up 3 of them. Sure, so they get back Augur. That's actually pretty sweet. And they're going to go looking. We haven't seen Dispel yet. Dispel's going to be pretty bad against us. I think it only hits 2 cards in our deck. We should still be wary of it. Let's see if they hit anything with Augur. Probably wanting to play a little bit faster here. I'm also going to try to run out this... Oh, there's Chainer's Edict? Okay, cool. So if they have counter magic for Deputy here, then that means they're going to be able to Chainer's Edict our core Skyfisher away. And our board looks pretty bad. They're going to be able to they'll have 8 cards in hand with 3 mana up, which will allow them an exclude as well, which will probably stop us from getting Court Hussar down. Oh, no worries, Kirk. Yeah, man. Cool. Glad to have you. Okay, they're not going to do anything about it. That's good. So they're going to pass with 2 mana. I don't know if they have anything to do on their end step about that. Recoil is pretty good there, though. This is Dinrova Horror, like some kind of version like that. Yeah, I think we'll sacrifice our Loyal Sentry here. See if maybe they have another Chainer's Edict or something. Games against Blue-Red are very grindy. Ooh, Blue-Red Scred Delver. That must have been fun. Yes, man. Thanks for dropping in, Kirk. It is. It's good to see you. 2 against Affinity. What was the Mono White Soldiers list like? What were they running? Was it quick? Was it very, very fast? Part of me just wants them to find an answer for this Deputy so I don't have to worry about it anymore. Worry about using it. Edict's in their bin now. See if they have another Edict. Definitely okay with them tapping out for Edict, and we'll just kill off this Deputy. Be able to Court Hussar next turn. But I do believe this is a Gurmag Angler. Okay, cool. So maybe they have another Recoil in hand or something. I don't really understand the logic behind it if they don't. They know we have Journey in hand. Yeah, sure. Our turn. Custody Squire. That's pretty far from a land. I would love to draw a land here. So maybe I even just Court Hussar and just hope I hit a land. If I don't, it's pretty bad, but I've kind of grown tired of waiting to hit my land drops. And if we can just find it this turn and journey this Gurmag Angler, we should be okay, because now we have Custody Squire. We can even make a very slow loop about it with Deputy of Acquittals and Core Skyfisher. So let's find an untap land. Yep. Oh, escape routes. Okay, well, we don't have anything that's super good with escape routes except Aven Riftwatcher, and this definitely isn't the matchup for that. So we're going to do this and just hope they don't have Spell Pierce. This is the best card in the deck. I feel like the games that I have won with this deck have been Now I kind of don't know, though. Like, if I can just block Urmag Angler and Deputy of Acquittals at next turn, and then they'll tap out of interaction that they could use to counter our Journey before it goes down, or our Custody Squire, and we have a Court Hussar back in our hand. That seems pretty okay. I guess it does mean we might lose the opportunity to do it at all, which would kind of suck. But I'm pretty okay with leaving it up until we go to blocks, so I'm going to do that. I can't imagine they don't have more counter magic. Games against blue-red are super grindy. I will provide the list for mono white in a minute. You have the whole list? Jeez, man. Sweet. All right, or do we even just take 5 here? Or like chump with Deputy? How much do we care about getting counter magic on the other hand? Enough to, yeah, okay. So if they don't have counter, this is too good if they don't have counter magic, so I'm gonna get in the way here. I'm gonna try to Deputy. If they do have counter magic, then maybe we can get a Custody Squire down next turn. Forbidden Alchemies, okay. Custody Squire. Do you guys know what the right pronunciation is for that? I'm glad I brought a little graveyard hate with me today, too. They're definitely digging for interaction for it. Gonna let it resolve. All right. So we'll get to pick up our Court Hussar. We're okay with them countering one of these journeys next turn as well. We're gonna try to pick up our Court Hussar. So they're just gonna disfigure Deputy. Yep. We still get our Court Hussar back. We got a disfigure out of their hand, for what that's worth. And we fogged this for a turn. We're gonna get to journey it. I guess that's somewhat bad against certain spells in their deck. But Journey, Court Hussar is going to feel pretty good next turn. We'll still get to peck in for 2. Is this just Augur? It's going to be slow, but we're going to try our best. Hey, Abs. There's my GF, just getting back from an exam. How'd you do?
I think I did really well.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, I did everything right.
It's always a good feel. Success. Okay, so I would like more 2-mana things to do here, but I feel like journeying both of their Gurmaglers is kind of okay, especially where their shield's down here. So I think I am going to do that. So let's journey Gurmag Angler, journey Gurmag Angler, kind of 3-drop flooded here, but hopefully next turn we'll be able to start going off. If they can destroy one of these, then we can just get it back with Custody Squire. We're not that afraid of that. Be nice to get back a Deputy, I guess. So we're gonna get in. They're tapped out. I guess they get to Edict us next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if they go, actually, if their next turn is untap land Edict, I'm feeling pretty okay because we can Court Hussar Avenrift Watcher, and then we're still in pretty good shape. We have a blocker for their Augur. We're gaining a little bit of extra life. We're getting in for 2 for a while, and then we can Custody back Deputy of Acquittals and bounce this Rift Watcher before we have to sacrifice it. All feels pretty okay. It would never have cut it against Mono Blue Delver, but I think given enough time, we might actually accumulate some value here and see how many Court Hussars we can resolve. This card is really good. I think that, like I said before, how many of these I've resolved was critical to whatever games I did win. But let's see, maybe they have the blowouts. They're a blue-black deck, so they probably have some big stuff that we're worried about, or could be worried about. 1 card in hand is Dispel. We'll try to go out of our way to not give him a target to that. So let's see. Opponent doing a lot of thinking for how long these games are probably going to be. Just gonna cast a Muldrifter. That's pretty good. Gonna draw 2 cards. Muldrifter, somewhat better than Court Hussar. And Custody Squire, I guess. Custody Squire. That was kind of one of those arguments at the beginning. There's 2 random cards off the top of your deck better than the single best card in your graveyard. And I guess we're going to put that to the test here. Yep, gonna get in with Augur. Sure. Maybe they're just looking for more recoils. That kind of sucks. Okay, so let's try to Rift. Let's Court Hussar, because we might find something that we care about more. See if they've got, like, I don't know what they could have for 1 blue mana. And, well, there's a Chancery. It's probably even okay to just get another Court Hussar and keep digging. It's decent Edict fodder, too. I guess this is better Edict fodder, though. We definitely want to hit our land drops because things get kind of intense later on. But I almost think I'm just okay resolving another Court Hussar here. Maybe not, though. We could get... I don't know, this is tough. I think another Rift Watcher is probably best because it'll allow us to continue getting the beatdowns going, and we can recur the Court Hussar that we sack to the Chainer's Edict next turn if they do choose to flash it back. So I think I might just get my land drop here. I know it sounds crazy, but we want our mana. Someday we might find escape routes and sneak it through, and that should do it. So we'll do this. We will get out an Aven Rift Watcher while we've got the shot to do so. Opponent diligently leaving up their Dispel. Go to combat and get in with Core Skyfisher. It's nice to have Stormbound Geist in our sideboard for this matchup too. They're gonna chump, okay. Are they gonna block and disfigure? Could be the play. No, they're just gonna chump. I'm okay with that. Or maybe they have like some kind of reaping the graves type thing going on. Or they're really concerned about their life total. If they are really concerned about their life total, that's good for us. We can just F6 here, sit back, watch the magic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they can flashback Chainer's Edict while still leaving up the Dispel that they love to leave up so much. They could like Dinrovahor, a Journey to Nowhere, I guess, without any kind of backup for it. I've got a strange feeling that their deck has something to do with Ghostly Flicker and Mnemonic Wall too, after having seen Recoil. Given Recoil is just a pretty good value card. When you cast it on a Karoo, that puts you pretty far behind. So it looks like they are going to flashback Chainer's Edict. I'm pretty okay with that. No, it's Dinrovahor. Okay, so what are you bouncing? Journey to Nowhere? And they're going to leave up Counter Magic as well. They're going to bounce Aven Rift Watcher. Okay. We will discard a land. Gain some life. I guess they don't want to give us the Journey back to do anything about the Dinrovahor, because it might be their way to win the game. Find a land. That's okay. All right, so I really don't. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, ooh, there's mono white. Okay, we will have to have a look after the league, but that is sweet. Thank you for sending that over. So let's get in with Core Skyfisher. The Celestial Flare, and given that we know that their only card in hand is Dispel, this Core Skyfisher is pretty bad. Let's try to resolve this Aven Rift Watcher and see how they feel about that. I'm assuming they're going to counter it. They're not going to counter it. Okay. Well, I don't know. Let's Custody Squire. If they have hard counter, they have hard counter. They don't have hard counter. Well, we'll get back Loyal Sentry, I think. Maybe Deputy of Acquittals? I think Deputy of Acquittals. Because that way, if they target our Custody Squire, you know, if we actually do get a turn to protect it, then we're going to get to bounce our Custody Squire and start using it to recur other stuff. Ooh, and they give us 2 things back. I always feel bad when people do that, but it is a mistake that happens. You have to zoom in on the card, and it'll say, like, 1 vote on it somewhere. All right, see if our opponent wants to attack. Is this only round 2? Where have I been? We'll take 4 here. Not a huge concern. I guess maybe trading with it there would have been good. Probably a decent opportunity to do that. They have 6 cards in hand. I don't know what they could possibly have. Maybe they're thinking about flashing back Chainer's Edict? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage in the air. That's a 2-turn clock. They're going to flash back Chainer's Edict? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They are 6. I can't. What do they have in hand? I can't imagine. There goes Chainer's Edict. They're going to Aqueduct. Maybe they're just really flooded. And it looks like it's our turn. So we're going to get to attack for 7 here. It's pretty okay. There's a couple missionaries. That'll turn the clock up a bit. We're going to go to attacks first because we don't know what they might have for 1 mana that they might want to use to manipulate our board. But we're going to try to just commit as much power as we can. Use that to win next turn. Leave up Deputy of Acquittals mana. And pass. Probably could have left up both of these spells, but I don't see a ton of situations where that becomes relevant. We're gonna Radiant Fountain, get them just out of lethal range. Hey, he was in water. Oh man, it was going all right at first. Or sorry, it didn't go all right at all at first. We ran into Mono Blue Delver by Bilster and got absolutely destroyed. It was insane. And then and now we're playing against Blue Black Control. I think they're looking for Ghostly and Archaeomancer. You can put in Quicksand. This deck here? Yeah, that's probably correct. They're gonna Gurmag Angler. I think that just means they're dead. Doesn't it? I don't know what they have that saves them here. Okay, our turn. Aven Riftwatcher will not disappear just yet. We're going to leave up everything we can. They block our ground creatures anyway, so we're just going to leave those. We're not even going to attack with those. We'll attack like this. Oh, they're not dead yet. Never mind. So maybe we even should have flashed in Deputy there. But their board's not getting any more intimidating, and this will save something from a potential blowout later. Skyfisher or bust, pretty much. Yeah, it's been pretty rad so far. Hopefully we'll be able to leverage a win here. Oh, Taz, really? Bad times, man? I don't know how they can deal with all of our stuff. Like, I really don't. I'm gonna block one of their huge things, or I guess I'm gonna double block in Rovahort. No, I should just let it get in. Just let him get in. We'll take 9. They have 5 cards in hand. They would have to commit at least 2 blockers to get around us resolving Deputy and winning. Or just like they have to deal with our flyers. They're gonna Chainer's Edict, okay. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They can flashback Chainer's Edicts, I guess, and then cast another 2-mana removal spell? Yeah, it looks like that's what they're gonna do. Putting up a fight anyway. Okay, we will sack Lone Missionary. And if they have just Edict, we can flash out. Yeah, I think we just win anyway. I'm doing okay now. Oh, spent 7 hours in various hospitals. Oh my goodness. Oh, you're talking about me who was in water? Jeez, yeah, Tass, I'm glad you're all right. I don't know what kind of removal spell they have here, but just in case, I'm going to leave back Deputy. I might flash it in here to pick up this Riftwatcher, actually. So I should have flashed it in just a second ago. All right, well. So we'll do that. That could have been a punt, guys. That could cost me the game. I don't know if this is counter magic, we win anyway. You were just the driver. Okay. Well, still, man, that sucks. Tough breaks. We'll return Aven Riftwatcher to our hand, gain some life. Really sorry to hear that. Go to combat. Swing with everything. Hope we are okay. Okay, they scoop. Sure, sweet. All right, so black-blue. We want Stormbound Geist. We want Nihil Spell Bombs. And we probably don't want... They might take out their Dispels. They didn't see any targets for Dispels. Celestial Flares are actually kind of fine, but our Journeys will hit whatever we need them to. Loyal Sentry can't hit a lot here. They have a lot of flyers. I guess it hits Gurmag Anglers. Loyal Sentry is actually probably better than a Celestial Flare, given that they do have Dispels. And I might take out Stonehorn Dignitaries because we don't really care about locking them out of combat. Maybe I'll just take 1 out and an escape routes and go really, really light on that package. This is so mana intensive. If we get to the late game, this will just win it for us. So we're gonna do this and go in. Let's do it. Yeah, it really does. Riftwatcher is awesome. Like, Riftwatcher is the better Lone Missionary in this deck. This hand's pretty bad, but I've seen 6s that are so much worse. I'm just gonna keep it. Drive to this place, pick this kid up, drive him to site. Oh my goodness. Oh, that is so brutal, man. I'm really sorry about that. Opponent obviously has the Disfigure going on over here, but I think I'm going to run out Loyal Sentry. If they want to Disfigure it, then whatever. We'll get our Lone Missionary next turn. Looks like they don't. Tap land? Radiant Fountain. Kind of a sketchy keep. No blue mana. By the looks anyway, unless they have a 2-drop they really want to cast here. There's a 2-drop I'm pretty okay with casting next turn. Okay, so go to combat. This hand just got a lot better with Skyfisher Lone Missionary. Man, that's brutal, Tass. I'm glad you're okay for sure. Tough breaks, man. Let's just run out a plains for what it's worth. Play a Lone Missionary. They can't do anything about countering it. They might want to remove it. I don't know if they were intelligently saving removal there for us. Yeah, they were. So they didn't want to kill the Lone Sentry. They wanted to kill the Lone Missionary. They definitely do not like that Lone Missionary. It doesn't appear that they're stuck on blue mana. It does look like they just wanted to leave up Doomblade. So that's pretty good. We will play a... Actually, let's not make our land drop, just in case... It's tough, though. Because if they kill Loyal Sentry in response, we're going to want to Core Skyfisher bounce one of our lands and then replay it for the turn. So let's Core Skyfisher. Should have attacked for 1. Oh my gosh, I was so worried about what I was going to pick up with my Core Skyfisher. I didn't attack. If we lose this game by 1 damage... Oh yeah, the record is now 1 and 2. We're doing it! I honestly think I'm objectively a bit better against these decks. Chainer's Edict sucks really bad here. Is this Chainer's Edict? Probably is. Definitely was a consideration that I should have had. But this plays around Disfigure. Ghastly Demise doesn't do anything. We're not super worried about them prohibiting our Loyal Sentry next turn. It'd be nice to draw a bit of gas. We have a lot of creatures that matter. An hour later, still nothing. I asked the receptionist if they'd forgotten us and reminded her that I indeed also had an emergency. I indeed did also have an emergency case. Hospitals, man. For real. Stacked up. No way. That's high praise, man. That is high praise. First time I've been pretty legit. Unfortunately, this isn't any kind of way for us to protect our Core Skyfisher from a Doomblade, which really sucks. We're not going to be drawing a card with it either. So let's just cycle this away, play a tap land. Take his pulse and stuff, get sat down in another waiting room. I'm like on the edge of my seat here, dude. So we'll go to combat, attack with Skyfisher. It kind of sucks that we don't have any legitimate way to protect this. Like, we actually have a good few ways to protect Core Skyfisher in our deck, but if we eat like a Doomblade and a Doomblade and a Chainer's Edict here, then there might not be very much coming back from it. It's nice to have Nihil Spellbomb backup for their edicts, but still tough. Still tough. We're just going to Muldrifter here? They're going to Probe. That kind of gives us an opportunity to get away from this. We're not going to get to 5 mana right away, but we only have 3 5-drops in our deck. We have a lot of cards that are going to help us draw into stuff before we get to those 5-drops. I feel lucky that they gave us the opportunity there. Okay, let's go to combat with Skyfisher. Get out a Rift Watcher. I don't know if they're just going to continue to probe. Yikes. Well, I mean, it's not great, man. Not at all. Rift Watcher comes down, we gain a little bit of life, and we pass the turn. But yeah, I think this deck is much better than the other version of Escape Routes I played. It did not look like that against Blue Delver earlier, but yeah, I'm hopeful about it here. I think it's pretty decent against Blue-Black control decks. Wouldn't call it busted or anything. I certainly have to pay a lot of attention. It seems to be easier for me when I'm playing my own decks. I actually really care about it. I might be a bit less animated, but know that I'm trying pretty hard for as long as I can until I get into Tilt City. And then once I'm in Tilt City, things might go kind of south. Ugh, TAS, dude. Yuck. That does not sound like a great day. Are they just on like mono Doomblades? Like, what is going on? Pondering. Oh well, you're here now. Time to be happy. How much would you like salt or happy? I can throw games. I can try hard. And a Chainer's Edict. We're gonna let our Loyal Sentry go. That's okay. They're up to 7 mana. I think Getting one Chainer's... let's see what we draw. If we draw something that we don't care about... happy, please. Okay. Okay, so I'm okay sacking this to a Chainer's Edict. I'm just going to run out Lone Missionary. If they want to pay 7 mana to get us to sacrifice it next turn, then that's pretty okay, actually. This Nihil Spellbomb should be reserved for mystical teachings and forbidden alchemy and the like. I'm usually pretty happy. Hey, I'm a little Pikachu buddy here. Look at us. We're so... It's like we're doing a Boys to Men album cover. I wish the lighting was a little bit better. They tell me to wait. Go there. Wait, yeah. Tap all your mana, make us sack this Lone Missionary. They're going to ponder or preordain, excuse me. I guess another kicked probe would really suck, but we'll only lose a journey. So in the end, I left the kid. Ugh. That's rough, Tass. Bad beats, man. That is a rough day. There's another Lone Missionary. Perfectly fine with that. Part of me kind of wants to just journey this Augur. I guess I could have recoil. And they might be leaving up counter magic here. I'm going to run out this Lone Missionary. We can pick up and recur our journeys if they get countered, so we're not ultra worried about that. And if they let this go, I feel like we have to at least try so that we can put a pretty aggressive clock on them. I know that they've got shrivels and stuff like that, so maybe that's not correct. It looks like they don't want this Lone Missionary to get through. They're going to Soul Manipulation, get back their Augur. Okay, so it's definitely less attractive to try to... we should have sacked this. That was kind of stupid. Okay, go ahead. So we'll see what this is. They're going to Forbidden Alchemy. Okay. Well, now I am definitely spellbombing. There's no remote doubt in my mind. I'd rather them have an Augur of Bolas than another alchemy. Okay, so let's Nihil Spellbomb you. Not be able to draw a card. Nope. And it's your turn. It's tough to say if that was correct. The correct play was probably to do it while it was on the stack. Yeah, you did save the life. Like that's commendable that you would go to such lengths. I know that you'd assume it's like part of your duty or you know, that it's just an honorable thing to do and that's why you did it. That's a good reason to do something. Good on you, Tass. They're gonna get a Drifter. We can attack through Drifter. They have another Augur in hand. I wonder if they tap out to Augur here. We might not be able to get around this one. If we start seeing recoils and de novo horrors here, then we could be in trouble. All right, what do we draw? Plains. Well, at least we can get that out of our hand. I feel like there's discard incoming. I feel like we should just hold a card just in case they have de novo horror and they like bounce Skyfisher and do something about that. Disfigure would be pretty bad here. No, they're just going to take 2. Okay. They're going to want to start trying to win this game quick here. We're on 7 minutes. Oof. It's even harder, man. Let Lone Missionary go. We do certainly want our core Skyfisher to stick around. They have de novo horror mana. So if that's the case... No, it's just another Muldrifter. Well... Something to be said for just casting a ton of Muldrifters. It probably was pretty friggin' scary. I don't know, man. I don't know if we can come back from this. Opponent has 6 cards in hand. We have none. We hit a lot of our cards that don't create card advantage. We do have those. There's one of them. I don't think they can counter it either. They could have a way to do something about it next turn. So let's Custody Squire. And we will get back an... We could get back Nihil Spellbomb, I guess. That way they have to Chainer's Edict next turn. But if they Edict next turn, we can just sack Skyfisher And if we lose both of our flyers, we probably really want a Rift Watcher. So I'm going to grab Rift Watcher here. Maybe they'll just give us 2 things back again. That was sweet. They give us 2 things back. Sweet. Yeah, I'm going to pass. With Edict in the graveyard, I want to do everything I can to not lose this Custody Squire. Ah, yes, that's soothing. Soothing ASMR. Target player sacrifices a creature and gains 3 life. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we'll lose Custody Squire here. Not worrying about this Chainer's Edict anymore, but our opponent is on a pretty effective beatdown plan here. 5 a turn is enough to win. Oh, guys. All right, so if we want to change the clock, we just play this out. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1. No, so it doesn't matter to play it out here. So let's cycle this for blue mana, if that becomes relevant. Just in case that becomes relevant. And I will even Rift Watcher and Lone Missionary. With the way the clock's looking and the way our life total is looking right now, I feel like even just having a better attack than our opponent is probably all right. Oh man, yeah. Have you seen any of those real low quality ones? There's some pretty janky stuff back there. Gonna Edict, we'll get rid of Missionary. It sucks that this eventually kills itself, but we should find some way to be able to recur it. And they have 6 mana. They can't exactly Chainer's Edict us again. Let's see if Augur Bolas is gonna find anything. It finds a Doomblade. It's pretty good. So we're gonna Doomblade Rift Watcher, and we'll see what we find. I'm trying to. That's kind of what I'm going for. Like I feel like the Pauper Johnnies out there really needed some more content to go to. Like I know I'm out here, Lobert's out there, Pauper MTG does something now and then, and just like in general, it's pretty. I don't want to get this Journey to Nowhere recoiled. I'm kind of worried about that. So because if I get their Muldrifter and then they recoil it, we're in like super bad shape. And it seems like they're a little nervous about recoiling our Aven Rift Watcher. So they're just going to Doomblade it. Well, I guess that's fine too. We gain some life. We'll pass the turn. Sweet new headset. What kind of headset? They're going to Forbidden Alchemy. Can go into Value Town. Maybe they can't win without milling us out. Oh, there's a Gurmangler. I don't know why they wouldn't have taken Gurmangler. What would they have taken instead? They're just going to tap out for Dinrova Horror and then I'm going to Journey it? Maybe they will deck themselves. No, it's just a Gurmangler, so I'm assuming there's counter magic in hand as well. At least I'm salaried and don't care about going to work late. Yeah, if you can just put in the time otherwise, you're in pretty good shape. We'll see if they have counter magic for this. Looks like they do. They have a Newell. Okay. Well, good call taking out the escape routes, I guess. Don't have a ton of artifacts we care about, but my GS is tired of me getting out of bed to smoke. Oh man, so I just started vaping. Like, well, I guess not just. It's been almost a year now. Here's Dinrova Horror. Okay, so let's see what they target. Sure. So let's tap this for mana. It'll bounce. We'll discard it. And we will... Actually, no. That's fine. Whatever. We're not playing around days or anything. We'll flash something into... No, I guess we don't even have to do that yet. We can flash this in if they're going to play, like, discard. Maybe we'll have to do it next turn in attacks, so I'm going to hold on to it. It could recur something important. There's a Journey. All right. Try to Journey their Gurmag Angler, because we care a lot more about that right now. More counter magic? Counter magic. Okay, well, counter magic out of their hands means we're going to get to Deputy of Acquittals. But yeah, I just kind of got out of that. I remember doing that, like staying up super late at night, especially when I still lived at my parents' house, and I would be like up all night trying to like get up and go for smokes, and it was pretty rough. They have more counter magic, so 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 damage. So that's pretty good. We're dead this turn unless we find something. I guess our one of Core Skyfisher isn't going to help too much, but we can like recur a Computer Crossroads. I think we're just dead on board though. Oh, is this more counter magic? Give him some blue mana. No, just counterspell. All right, you got us. Ooh, okay. I guess we didn't go down escape routes, and maybe we should. Celestial Flares seemed like they would have been a bit better there. So let's go down routes. Let's bring in Flares. Brother. Flickering Loyal Sentries or even getting like a couple of triggers off of them is pretty okay against this deck. Once they start getting Dinrova Horrors and stuff down. Standard Bearer is probably kind of fine against Dinrova Horror, surprisingly. To target this before they target our Karus, but I don't know. Let's see. Let's see if we can jank it out. 1 and 3. Deep in the stream for being in match 2. This is like okay enough. I don't feel like mulliganing a lot is a way that we're going to be able to beat this deck. So let's play tap land and pass the turn. At the very least, we'll be able to start recurring Thraben Inspector for value. Actually, no, we're just going to hit Court Hussar on time. And that's probably fine. And then we can start recurring Court Hussar for value. And that feels pretty dang great, I'll tell you. They're usually not bashing with Augurs, so Celestial Flare seems good. Yeah, I think so too. The reason I left it out was because of we saw Dispel main board, but I think like it's like 1 Dispel. So opponent has a counter spell. That'll be something to pay attention to when we try to resolve this Court Hussar. I wonder if they have 2 blue mana. Let's run out Rift Watcher. No, we have to keep hitting our land drops. Not hitting our land drops is one of the ways that we could lose this game in a hurry. So let's Court Hussar, try to keep hitting our land drops. This card is awesome. This is like easily the best card in the deck. I think we'll still take tap land. Spellbomb is so tempting though. But I think missing land drops, like I said, pretty good way for us to lose this game. So we get to keep our Court Hussar, pass the turn. And preordains, okay. Digs, 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 digs. Looking for that second untapped blue mana, but we're lucky that they don't have it here because it does mean we're going to get to resolve Rift Watcher or Skyfisher this turn. Both are good. If we draw untapped land, I'll probably play Skyfisher, pick up Thraben Inspector. Beautiful. Okay. So that's kind of sweet, actually. Let's go to attacks. Or do we just play tap land Rift Watcher here? I mean, it's another attacker. We could play 2 Skyfishers. Like, that almost seems fine. Like, Skyfisher, pick up Thraben Inspector. What do you guys think? Skyfisher, draw a card. This is kind of tough. We have a little bit of extra time on our hands. I guess we could try to force 2 Skyfishers through a counterspell next turn, so I'm going to play Rift Watcher and then play Kybira Crossroads. This is going to make it a little bit harder for them to leave up counter magic against us. Oh, crap. Kirk testing the delay immediately before I'm paying enough attention. Okay, we'll let Thraben Inspector go to the Edict. Opponent tapping out of 2 blue again this turn. I don't really know what they're going for here. They're going to Doomblade, Rift Watcher, sure. So we're going to pick up Court Hussar next turn with Skyfisher and then replay it. Keep digging. I guess we should have snuck out a Custody Squire there, but this is okay too. So let's play a land and Court Hussar. Keep trying to find a way to make it to an SCG Classic. Ooh. Let's grab a Journey so that we can keep them off of anything kind of relevant in the future. If they try to just like slam a threat to close out this game, I think I'm going to take Journey. Even if it gets countered, we can Custody Squire it back. We'll pass the turn. No Banless Modern. Oof. But that's pretty crazy. We'll see what this is. 5 mana. It's a Muldrifter. Yep. Gonna draw a couple cards. And attack? No attacks. Okay, so let's... If we're gonna Journey here, we're gonna Journey a Muldrifter here. Should we just be Custodian Squiring back Aven Rift Watcher? I think that's it, right? So let's Custody Squire. I guess we'll play... Yeah, we'll Custody Squire. 2, 3, 4, 5. Give back Rift Watcher. And play a tap land, go to combat. Hey, brother RZ, how you doing? We are trying to jank out a match win here against a legitimate deck. I think it'll be pretty high praise if we can do it. Seeing if opponent wants to leave up counter magic this turn. They have 4 mana otherwise if they do want to leave up just hard counter. Don't know that they like this is a pretty good board. Like despite how the clocks look, I don't think we're in bad shape here. So let's go to combat and swing. See how this looks for them. And are they going to tap out of counterspell? They're going to recoil Custody Squire. Okay. Leaving up counter magic. Gotcha. So let's hitch Sentry. Get in for 2. And then we will Rift Watcher. 1, 2, 3. We haven't played, we played an untap land this turn. Is that correct? We did play an untap land this turn. They're going to let Rift Watcher resolve. We're well aware that they have counter magic in hand. We're only going to use 2 mana this turn. Let's crack this clue first. See what we draw. Azorius Chancery. Okay, so let's go for this Skyfisher. If they're just holding, if they have to keep their 1 counterspell to do something about Custody Squire, then we're in pretty good shape. But they're not going to do that. So we're still attacking for 4 in the air. Their board doesn't look any more intimidating than it did. We have an answer for their first threat. They make us pitch it. We can Custody Squire. We have the first counterspell out of their hand. Haven't seen any other really great card advantage spell either. I'm going to Chainer's Edict. It's not super bad. Let's let Court Hussar go. I feel like our clock is important here. Haven Rift Watcher ticks down. Find a Tranquil Cove. Okay, let's go to combat. And attack. I feel like them countering Custody Squire is pretty good, but I don't feel like that's what they're going to do here. So let's try to Custody Squire. Please don't have it. Don't have a counterspell. Oh, come on. They do. Okay. Well, that kind of sucks. Let's play out a land. Grab the Chimera Crossroads. At least our interaction with the Muldrifter is going to get through, and we're at 30. How's the night going? Oh man, is a hookup happening in the chat right now? I wish there was major Magic events in Germany still. There isn't anymore? Guys, sorry, I'm not paying attention. I'm really trying to win. Dinrova Horror? Just another Muldrifter. Okay, that's not a big deal. Wonder if they have more counter magic in hand. 2.5 hours away. Oh, the TV was muted. Well, we're here now. We're here. We're out here. Okay, so let's try to journey a Muldrifter. Just wondering if they found another counterspell. Oh my gosh, do they have another hard counter? That's pretty amazing. Okay, let's go to attacks. Get in. And see if they'll block. Does not. They are going to double block Skyfisher, sure. Okay. So we will Skyfisher back, Rift Watcher, and gain some life. Replay Rift Watcher. We just have to play fast now. Chimera Crossroads, pass turn. They have 3 cards in hand. We have 3 hard counters. They have a Chainer's Edict in the bin, I guess. For what that's worth, they're going to flashback Chainer's Edict. We got to draw some non-land cards here soon, though, team. And F6. Not familiar with travel regulations. Ugh. Okay. 1 card in hand. We're at 41. Opponent has a minute on the clock. We have to draw non-lands. Come on. All of our 9 spells that we've cast this game are in our graveyard. Opponent has land and an unknown in hand. They're going to get in for 3. 1 minute on the clock. We draw another land because I am the luckiest. Yuck. Oh, this sucks. I guess they're drawing a good amount of lands too. At the same time, they're just going to draw Dinrova Horror or Gurmag Angler, and we're going to be in real rough shape. I am the luckiest boy. Well, there's a Deputy. That's not like the worst thing, but the fact that it blocks Gurmag Angler is not what we want to be doing here. Okay, Dinrova Horror. Dinrova Horror. Well, our opponent drew a bunch of Gurmag Anglers and Dinner of Horrors, and we drew Deputy of Acquittals, so that's kind of how it goes. We'll block. Come on, we just need like chump blockers. It's not even that complicated, deck. What? Oh, this is savage. This is savagery. Absolutely brutal. They're just trying to find their win cons now. If they found another one, I don't know, man. We could be in dire straits here. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. We just need like to resolve chump blockers. Okay, well that's a redraw too if it resolves. Did they find their other hard counter too, just to add insult to injury? They didn't. Okay, let's draw another card off the Raven Inspector. It's another land. Perfect. Pass turn. 16 seconds. We're at 22. One's gonna get in. We are going to block. They're at 12 seconds. Try to journey your Gurmag Angler. We're dead. We're dead. Oh, frig you, deck. Frig you, deck. Savage. Okay, match 3 on the play. Got a combo. Whatever. Let's do it. Let's see if we can't assemble the combo. Let's see just how conducive. Saffron Olive played a deck that gets to an expensive combo and eventually locks the opponent out of the game. Let's see if we can do the same thing this week. So let's Kybera Crossroads, because it's a little bit more value bouncing it with Azorius Chancery. Rough, guys. Okay, black land, not super intimidating. And we found something to do with our Ash, or with our Kybera Crossroads this turn. That's nice. Our opponent's going to give us a minute to resolve some spells, but they're also going to get to resolve some card draw and removal in the meantime. Let's just get more white mana. We have plenty of blue. They're going to understand that we have blue here now. Thank you very much for the follow, King of Jank. Thanks for all the shoutouts on Twitter, man. Seriously. You've been putting in work for me. I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. Are they going to start cycling? Oh, no. Sultai Emissary. That's cool. All right. All right, I'm down. I'm in. I'm invested. Let's play Escape Routes. We can start looping Escape Routes and Aven Rift Watcher. Pretty sweet. Pass the turn. Opponent probably doesn't have any main deck artifact or enchantment removal. Yeah, I'm glad to have you. They're probably reading Escape Routes. Maybe they're Escape Routes too. They're blue-black Escape Routes. I appreciate you being here for all the streams, Brother Z. Thank you. And for tolerating me mispronouncing your name, most likely, all of the time. Okay, let's just hope our opponent can't win through combat, and we can just get to 7 mana and completely lock them out. That's living the dream. That is living the dream. They've started cycling. All right, Shambling Goblin. Interesting. We're going to take a minute to play a tap land and play a Rift Watcher. And if they don't have targeted removal, then we should be in good shape. So I'm not really sure what this deck is. It could be that zombies deck that's been going around. Yeah, possibly. Possibly. I did okay against one of these builds early on in the testing. Festering Mummy, yep, no problem. See what our opponent wants to do. And Guess Verdict, okay. Well, at least we get a little bit of value out of it. I feel like Stonehorn Dignitary is going to be good. We're going to be able to Custody Squire to get it back. I hope it's a great matchup. Let's find out. Oh, that's true. Gem Palm can just eventually beat us with them having enough zombies on board. All right, so there's Loyal Sentry. Ooh, Loyal Sentry Escape Routes. Combo time. Is it time to combo off with Escape Routes? Start killing stuff. You have to bounce it in response to removal, which is kind of brutal, which means I could continue to get in. But I kind of want to try to combo off, like despite my best intentions here. I kind of want to do this. I think the best play is just to Custody Squire back Aven Rift Watcher, but why don't we just start Loyal Sentrying their board away? I guess they could find a sack outlet, but then they still lose zombies. Yeah, we're not going to find enough mana to do this anytime soon. Yeah, I'm going to gain a bunch of life. And Custody Squire my dead cards back to my hand. Block a lot. Maybe I won't block. Maybe I'll just keep gaining life and attacking in the air. I won't block until I've got Loyal Sentry on board, and then I'm going to be blocking all day. Next turn we can resolve... Oh, no, we can't. So next turn we're probably just going to play a Rift Watcher and maybe even Dignitary. Slow them down by another turn. Okay, let's see what happens here. Two pretty legit decks there, those first two rounds. Oh, I really wish we had that last one. Looks like they're just going to get in with Sultai Emissary. They're going to try to upgrade it. The upside is that if we block it here, then they might morph one of their removal spells. And I'd rather a removal spell on the battlefield where we can block it with Loyal Sentry than anywhere else. They might have Deadweight for Custody Squire here, which would kind of suck, but that was the case with any of their creatures, so I think they would have attacked with everything. Karakas and Mangor. What's that? What's a Mangor? If I type in Mangor, am I going to look like a dummy? Okay, Ghoul Razor, gonna get back Emissary. That's cool. Couldn't find a Mangor. That's pretty nice. So we'll see if they have a 1-mana removal spell. They do. Okay. That was a pretty good turn for them. All right, so play a land, play Rift Watcher, and we can recur Rift Watcher. Next turn, we can Dignitary with backup. Mangor of Condor. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Okay. This is like one of those Borborygmos things, huh? All right, so we'll pass the turn to our opponent. Feel pretty comfortable blocking the Ghoul Razor and taking a couple of damage, bouncing Aven Rift Watcher. Just bouncing it on their turn in response to removal is okay too. Let's see what this is. Emissary, yep, we knew they had that. It gets kind of risky eventually because you can only activate escape routes so many times. Will you attack with anything? You will attack with the Manifest and Ghoul Razor. So maybe they're just trying to get some value out of another Ghoul Razor. Okay, so they're going to attack with everything. I'm going to block Ghoul Razor because I'd be more upset about this I'd be less upset about this getting recurred than any of their other spells. And see if they'll just pass the turn. Mangara of Condor. See what our opponent wants to do. Sack Outlet Tragic Slip would be kind of unfortunate. Yeah, so they're going to recur that. Not the best Ghoul Caller's chant I've ever seen. It's our turn, and it's time to start the Stonehorn Dignitary loop. Although I think Loyal Sentry and just leaving up a couple activations would be okay as well. Custody Squire is a pretty good draw. Start looping Custody Squires. I know you like looping zombies, opponent, but how do you feel about a looped Custody Squire? I think I might... I'll have to check that out. Oh yeah, it is. It's very similar. You can only really do it once a turn. This is a little sketchy. I almost feel like just running out Dignitary, and that'll buy us a turn. Anti-spam, lame. Oh, what? Did anti-spam catch MTG bot? Or no, I'm gonna have to, sorry guys, I'll have to figure that out. Okay, so let's attack. And we'll Stonehorn Dignitary. And then if they have any instant speed removal, we can just pick up Stonehorn Dignitary, and they're locked out of their combat now. We can just get in with Aven Rift Watcher for as long as we want. So we'll do this, and we'll pass the turn. We're not going to tap out just in case they do have some kind of answer for it. It doesn't get hit by any of their nameless inversions or anything like that. They need 2 pieces of instant speed removal that deal with it on their own. So I'm going to try to play that out for as long as I can. I wish I had Holy Light. I took Holy Light out of my deck, and it would have been good against Blue Delver, and it would have been good against this mono black deck. But I ran into Monarch a couple of times, and I was very bad against them. Shepherd of Rot. That's a pretty good answer for our Stonehorn Dignitary. Okay, sure. So we will bounce... Try to bounce Dignitary, I guess. Or Yeah, so let's try to bounce Dignitary. We do just want to string together land drops. You're absolutely right. And we probably want to turn our own clock up. Nothing's died this turn, so Tragic Slip isn't online. I would love to find a Journey to Nowhere here just to get rid of the Shepherd, but we do not. Okay, so... okay. So this does what? 5? Ugh. It's kind of gross. We'll play Tranquil Cove. I don't feel like giving them combat steps is a particularly good plan either. Okay, so or we could Custody Squire for Custody Squire and just start swinging. Probably 6 to 7, actually. Yeah. Okay, well, let's play Stonehorn Dignitary. At least they won't get a combat. We'll be able to keep recurring this Aven Rift Watcher. And just hopefully find a Journey to Nowhere. We have quite a few in our deck, and we have Court Hussars to dig for them. We have cheaper bounce to start grinding. Okay, let's see what this is. Carrion Feeder, all right. No problem. I feel like them sacrificing zombies is good for us. All right, well, let's try to bounce Stonehorn, see if they want to remove it. Come on, Journey to Nowhere. Journey, but they can just, I guess they can just sack it and recur it. Journey resolves, let the counter go off, and I think I'm going to bounce it here. Because the life gain is relevant, it's a decent enough blocker. We can play out our Stonehorn Dignitary and a Loyal Sentry. They're going to Nameless Inversion in response. Okay. Yeah, I don't really want to tap any lower than that, so that's cool. We lose Rift Watcher, we gain 2 life. And see what we draw. Thraben Inspector. Okay, so we will Dignitary. And we will cycle this for... No, I do want to keep hitting my land drops. So let's play this. Play Thraben Inspector. And pass the turn. This is nuts, man. Good that we spoke about tournaments. What about tournaments? What? I think I missed it. Maybe I should have bounced the Aven Rift Watcher there. I couldn't have outraced them. Oh, they're going to get back Nameless Inversion. Pretty sweet. 20 ticks left. Oh, wow. Y'all going to a GP? Oh, man. One is going to pass. We find another escape routes. Best draw. Okay, so let's draw. We're probably supposed to bounce our Stonehorn there. So they can still kill it. Let's gain some life. And we will Custody Squire back. I think we just Custody Squire back Custody Squire. Almost feels correct. We can bounce Stonehorn and then they're just going to kill it in response. So let's Custody Squire back Custody Squire. Blue-white Tortexless Tortex. Yeah, it's kind of close. It plays just as slow and grindy. We have to get a clock on them, or this Shepherd of Rot is just going to end us. So let's see what they want to do about Custody Squire resolving. I actually think we get back the Rift Watcher. It can gain us 4 life a turn, and we can keep attacking with Squire to kind of stay ahead of them. But I feel like getting back another Squire is almost as good. It kind of guarantees that we'll eventually get back Aven Rift Watcher. We can't just do nothing for a bunch of turns, though. So let's get back Rift Watcher, and hopefully... Like, we can't just keep casting Custody Squires infinitely. That would be sweet, but we can't do that. I'm not going to run out Loyal Sentry here. I don't think anything on their side of the board is worth blocking with it, so we'll pass. They're going to get 1 combat step. You should just forget to tap their Shepherd. That would be great. Oh, never mind. Shepherd is going to kill them too. That's true. That's true. I forgot that it deals it to both players. So we're just going to have to keep this Aven Rift Watcher alive. And we'll try to whittle down their board of zombies a little bit, but without risking Dignitary or Thraben Inspector. They have 3 cards in hand, one of which is a Nameless Inversion. So we'll see if they want a Nameless Inversion Custody Squire. This is their out to getting a combat step back, but we'll have Loyal Sentry online by then. Okay, they're going to Geth's Verdict. We will sack Thraben Inspector, lose a life. I said sack Thraben Inspector, lose a life. Oh, they're going to sack Festering Mummy in response. Okay. What? They just Geth's Verdict themselves? Oh, well, that's a way out of this, team. Should get our opponent to Geth's Verdict themselves a few times. And maybe attack with the Shepherd of Rot. So will you get in? I wonder what their one card is. Yeah, I don't really know what that was all about. They're gonna swing with Carrion Feeder and Shambling Goblin. And their morph. I've got to be wary that they can kill this if we block anything with 2 power. And they could just sack this, make this a 2/2. I think we're gonna block like this. That way they have to trade 2 zombies for it. Too good for Carrion Feeder. Yeah, Carrion Feeder only eats the fancy zombies. So let's see if we can get punished here. It can only be a 1-drop somehow. I guess I can just sack it. But the less zombies they have, I feel like the less wide their board is. I think our opponents realized what has happened. We're on 17. We're gonna play a Loyal Sentry Riftwatcher next turn. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, exactly. So let's go like this, and just lock it up. I'd love to lock them out of combat again. I guess Loyal Sentry kind of essentially does that, but... And we will play a Loyal Sentry. And I wonder if I bounce main phase. We have 2 activations right now. So I think I'm just going to wait till next turn to start bouncing. And we will pass. Still love to find a Journey to Nowhere. That would be fantastic. Good. According to plan. All right, so they're going to sack Sultai Emissary, give themselves another 2/2. All right, sure. That's cool. I really don't care how big this gets. It can be the biggest boy on the block. Let's see what our opponent's turn looks like. It really blows that they can just remove that. That's kind of the biggest downside to Loyal Sentry. I know I'm playing a Loyal Sentry deck, so I shouldn't trash talk it too much, but... oh yeah, here we go. Okay, there's another Carrion Feeder. That complicates things. For sure. Means we're going to want chump blockers. See what our opponent wants to do. Oh, yes. This is going to be good, gang. So we'll go to blocks. Block with Loyal Sentry. Block with Riftwatcher. And we'll bounce Loyal Sentry with its trigger on the stack. We have 2 opportunities to do so. I don't think our opponent's ever seen Loyal Sentry's ability before. So we'll do this. Bounce Loyal Sentry. It's kind of funny though, like Tortex has like Spore Frog and we have Loyal Sentry. Like I feel like it deals with combat a little more succinctly, but gonna put a counter on their Carrion Feeder, yep. So now we can recur our Riftwatcher after we attack on our turn. Swamp? What? Oh, it was a morph, okay. Sure. Making a big Carrion Feeder, don't really care. 1 card in hand. What's that card? You gonna show me? You should show me. Okay, so turn comes back to us. Vanishes a little bit. We'll go to combat. Swing with Riftwatcher. You kind of have to go down a bunch of activations to get anything out of this, but I kind of want to be greedy about it. Bounce Riftwatcher, and then we go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. So we can only replay Riftwatcher and we can only replay Riftwatcher and bounce it again. So I think this is fine. We'll just do this. It's a clock. Go for greed. We can clock it over them. Yeah, I guess you're right. Maybe we shouldn't be in any kind of hurry to win this game. There's a dignitary. Okay, well, now I'm pretty okay with it. So let's tap our mana correctly here. This could matter a lot. Let's dignitary. Well, I don't even know. Yeah, I think we'd loyal sentry and Stonehorn dignitary, and we have one activation to save a creature we care about, which could absolutely be any of these guys. I would 100% just snap a block off on this carrion feeder, and do the flicker like that. Oh, I won't have to block anymore. Never mind. All right, your turn. All right, opponent is going to Ghoul Razor. Yeah, we should probably just try to stay ahead on clock. All right, we won. Cool. Let's just take a moment to tilt a little bit deeper about the fact that we lost to we lost to Dimir with 3 seconds on the clock. So we get Stormbound Geist, the Night Heal Spell Bombs. Looks kind of familiar. Journeys are definitely better than Celestial Flares. There might be a justification for having Celestial Flare in here. Rift Watchers are obviously pretty great. Missionaries would be fine too for recurring with escape routes. I hate it when I do that. You'll be typing something, or you'll be like in a motion doing repetitive motions and stuff. You'll accidentally hit caps lock when you're moving too fast, and you'll just like type everything while you're yelling. It's like, no, I have to keep focused. I can't yell at myself. Everything will go awry. Court Hussar is a really good blocker. I think Night Heal Spell Bombs are probably just better than Celestial Flares with all the recursion that they have. Plus they get to decide what they sack. They could just sacrifice. Considering they Geth's Verdict themselves, I don't think we want to have Celestial Flares in our deck. Dignitary is pretty good. Maybe Deputy should go down. It does flicker Dignitary while we're searching for an escape routes. We definitely want Missionaries because the life advantage is relevant. I don't know. Go down 1 Squire because we can win the game with Rift Watchers and Fishers. Maybe go down 1 Court Hussar, I guess. I think I'd rather go down an Inspector than a Court Hussar. Court Hussar has enough toughness to maybe get around some of that -1/-1 nonsense. 5-color Tron players who have killed me with less than 5 seconds of their clock. That beautiful, beautiful memory of all the times Tron. How do they do it, you know? Like, how do they budget their time so perfectly? Because with that Dimir player, they probably got a little lucky. They drew all of their finishers in their top, 5 cards, and we drew all lands. But when a 5-color Tron player is maneuvering themselves, they have 8 fogs total, 25 minutes, 20 points of life to start them out before they start pulsing and stuff. Like that's a calculated just greater than 5 seconds right there, or just less than 5 seconds. Do you think the Tron decks are calculated, or do they get lucky too? Do we all just get lucky sometimes? Did I not start other games by saying I've seen sketchier 6s? I don't know. I think this is fine enough. I might even just play this tap land, get down Rift Watcher early. Let's draw 1 drop. Stormbound Geist is okay. That's honestly kind of a good reason to wait on Skyfisher. So I'm just going to play a Plains and pass a turn. Pretty early in the game, and then you have to stick to the plan. Are 5-color Tron players real people? Is this possibly Pauper Play, or is this just robots? Tron bots? Voltrons? Is this a bunch of space Gundams shaped like tigers amalgamated into one single body that's somehow greater than the sum of its parts? Okay, Loyal Sentry isn't too bad. I would trade the first Loyal Sentry with a Carrion Feeder, I think. But it just kills itself and they sack it for a counter. Yeah, I'm not super into that plan. Part of me really wants to just like play a tap land here and start jamming better blockers. I just hope they can't get off the ground too fast. I'm not running out Loyal Sentry either because I don't want it to just eat removal. But I guess we're going to have to discard a hand size, so it's probably not a good justification. It's having too much fun talking about the Tiger bots. Okay, your turn, opponent. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with Stormbound Geist. We can recur it with Core Skyfisher if they like remove it the first turn it comes down through some kind of crazy feat. We're at 17. There's a Dignitary. Okay, so... Okay, minor punt, minor punt. Nothing serious, guys. Nothing too serious. We have a Rift Watcher. Everything is fine. We can Geist Sentry next turn. Oh, that would have been good, though. That would have been good. Oh, gosh. Okay, no problem. That's okay. The next two turns would have looked a lot better, but I'm half happy with where we are. So they're going to get in with Carrion Feeders. If they're just leaving up 3 black mana for more Nameless Inversions, then like, whatever. Sure. And what's this? Ooh. Oh, that's bad. I just got punished super hard for that misplay. My goodness. Okay, well, let's journey one of their Carrion Feeders. Bad guy opponent killing our fun cards. We're off 2 blue mana now. If I had the Psychic play, like I hope they sack here, by the way. They don't let this resolve because we can just recur it with Skyfisher next turn and still get down a Sentry. But I'm glad you guys agreed with my Rift Watcher play. Nice. Okay, we actually wanted to see that. That's pretty good. Really don't mind picking that up with Skyfisher next turn, deploying a Loyal Sentry. Maybe opponent's just on the straight LD plan. I mean, which is, you know, not the worst plan I've ever seen. Okay, here comes Carrion Feeder. Gonna attack for 2. Yep. Opponent has 3 mana, 4 cards in hand. If they're all like land destruction edicts this game, I might be in good shape. I'm gonna Sign and Blood themselves. Okay, well, that changes things a little bit. Okay. What are we going to see now? What do we see now, opponent? Get back a Carrion Feeder. Yep. Not a ton of value on that one. That's okay. Find another Skyfisher. So if they sack their own... if they sack their own Carrion Feeder to the Journey trigger, and then we can recur it again, which is kind of nice. It's one of life's great toys, isn't it? We may want to just pick up a land with the Skyfisher next turn, though. We draw 2-drop. I don't think we will. The only 2-drop I'd be thinking of playing would be Lone Missionary, which is pretty fine. So I'm going to block this Carrion Feeder, so help me God. We're going to be playing this little game with him for a bit with Second Fisher. You're totally right. Okay, there's Emissary, sure. Still don't really mind that. They sack their own Carrion Feeder and like recurred or something. They'll probably sack... Ooh, they're going to Tragic Slip. Okay, sure. Hey, Sapro Savant, what's up? Thanks for popping in. Good to see you again. Okay, so if we block this, they sack their Sultai Emissary, they get a Manifest. We're not really cool with that. So we'll just let it get in, pass the turn. I'd be a little upset about Tragic Slip here. But that's life, isn't it? Isn't that life? Another fun card down, I know, right? Okay, so let's attempt to journey the Carrion Feeder with counters on it. They'll probably sack it. Or they'll just let it go. I don't know that they want us to keep getting this journey back. We're pretty rough on mana here, like... And we will play out Thraben Inspector. Another fun card down. Oh man, why do our opponents just have to be the fun police? It's gonna be a late one tonight here, gang. I'm telling you. It's going to be a late one. Our opponents sure like playing slow against our deck. It seems like they don't really know what's going on. They only have 2 cards in hand. I'm hoping they don't have a ton of those recursion spells, but I think that's kind of what this deck is built around, so you can't really ask for that. We don't like the Shepherd of Rot today. We will certainly try to remove the Shepherd of Rot today. So I can go up to 4 power. Do we just chump? Do we take 3? I already want... yeah. I'd like to, honestly. Like, I really would. I think that would be pretty great if I could. I think they might be lining up a Tragic Slip here somehow. Yeah, I guess it feels kind of slow considering, but we definitely want to deal with the Shepherd of Rot. How many creatures? If we double block this, then they can get the sack triggers to just eat our stuff. I guess I can only trade with 1 creature by sacrificing Emissary and the token it produces. They'd have to sacrifice Shepherd of Rot to eat both of our creatures. So really, by double blocking Carrion Feeder, we're actually only trading with 1 card. Unless they can like sack this, Tragic Slip one of these, but that's still a card we're trading for. So let's do that. Because I feel like the potential damage with Shepherd of Rot, just getting more zombies off the battlefield. The more zombies off the battlefield possible, the better. So let's see what happens there. That Choking Sands has put us quite far behind. Yep, they're going to sack Emissary. Sure. So they'll either have to sack Shepherd or the Manifest token, or Tragic Flip something. Which is kind of okay too. Yeah, okay. Sure. So we got a couple, like half of, yeah, we got a couple of cards there. Half of 1 card. Well, I guess we are just missing land drops and drawing 4 drops. So let's Skyfisher back a land. No, we want to Skyfisher back this journey. Yeah. Just hope they don't have a removal spell in their hand, I guess. We'll pass. Try to journey their Carrion Feeder. Wonder if they got another Edict. Oh man, I wonder if life would be that much different with the Stormbound Geist on board. It would certainly be better than it is with it just rotting in our hand. Haven't drawn any of our... We've drawn 1 of our 5 life gain spells, I guess. Yeah, okay, so I guess we're trying to trade our core Skyfisher with another Tragic Slip here. They're going to sack this. No, I guess not. Okay, we take 3 down to 9. We are gambling, man. Crack the clue. Yeah, I probably should. Maybe not, though. Maybe not. I think I'm supposed to remove this Carrion Feeder. And that should leave them without many opportunities to do anything. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove the Carrion Feeder. And until they start getting a bunch of those value zombies in their hand, we're not under a lot of threat. We can even bounce the Skyfisher to get like a land drop or something like that if we ever have that opportunity. They're going to cycle Gem Palm. Yep. Sure. We'll take 2. We'll take 4 total with the Shepherd of Rot trigger. Journey will resolve? Or are they going to sack it? I imagine they'd sack it. They're going to Shepherd of Rot us down to 5. They're at 16. And yeah, I guess we just got to see if they can rebuild their board effectively. Opponent a lot better at not hitting land drops than we are. All right, your turn. Just going to pass. I really don't want to give them any more points of damage than they should have. We are at 5. Ghoul Razor, going to get back Carrion Feeder. I think this is a very similar... I think we're playing a very similar little game here, where our opponent has enough lands to play just enough spells each turn, and our lands cost a little bit more. Or our spells cost a little bit more. Alright. No attacks, I assume. They're going to be able to ping us for 3 here. It's looking pretty dire. Or Skyfisher. Okay, well... yeah, that doesn't do a whole lot. We can like Skyfisher back a land, get Deputy down as a blocker. Like Skyfisher back a land, draw a card? I don't really know what we're drawing to here though. Like untap land for Stonehorn Dignitary, but that doesn't even do it. So we'll play a land, and they get us for 3. Oh, no, they untap and we lose. Okay. Yeah, that's game. Good job, zombies. You got us. Choking Sands, dude. Oof. We can't really go down our 2 Azorius Chanceries. They're pretty critical. I liked our sideboard plan. That Choking Sands, man. Seriously. For all you out there, like, do you guys bring in land destruction against any Karoo land deck? Like, we just incidentally hit an Azorius Chancery as one of our only land drops in the early game, and we got wrecked. Seriously wrecked. Stuck on 3 mana, couldn't get our engines going. Got picked apart. It happens, you know? Only really for Tron? Yeah. Yeah, same. I think, anyway. Maybe Familiars, I guess, or, like, blue-black control if I'm going really deep, if I have absolutely nothing else for them. Love to play first. Okay. Yeah, I guess. Sure. I don't know, actually. If we don't hit any land drops, we have 2 spells in our hand we can't cast. This is like, if we don't hit blue mana, it's like a mulligan to 4. It's a mull to 5, really. Kabira Crossroads, Skyfisher, Acquittals, like these 3 cards can get us a long way to getting ahead of them in life total. Kind of a high roll. Yeah, well, they certainly got a high roll on that one. Escape Routes doesn't do anything for 100 years. I think I'm just going to mulligan. Okay, this is a bit better. This is a little bit better. We can't keep that. I think he has Sands again. How did you know? We will keep this. Hopefully find a threat on top. Or even just some more interaction would be okay. Ah, that's pretty good. Okay, so it's not the greatest play to turn 1 Loyal Sentry, turn 2 pick up Loyal Sentry for Core Skyfisher. But I think we had to. I mean, if they don't have Choking Sands again, this is better. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know much about this deck, so it does make it a lot harder. Them having their sack outlets really blows, too. Because even them having a sack outlet here is pretty dangerous. Think we're okay playing the Skyfisher Journey game again? We don't do anything this turn unless we Skyfisher back this Loyal Sentry, so I think that's what we're going to do. Pray that they don't have an edict for us. Pass the turn. We can protect it in a little while. We can start looping Loyal Sentry just a baby bit. But I think they're well aware that they can't give us enough time to get going. We will take 1 here just because of Tragic Slip. Oh, get stuck on lands, opponent. That would be just a treat. That would be such a treat. We have a chance. We are going places, team. Okay, so let's journey this Festering Mummy. Get wrecked, let's go. Because it doesn't really matter until they have a sack outlet, and if this is their only 1-drop, then I'm alright playing this game. So we'll Azorius Chancery, pick up a land, and then we'll do a little Stonehorn Dignitary Deputy of Acquittals dance, probably, or a Loyal Sentry Deputy dance. Yeah, at least 1 activation before they go land, and we die. And then you die. Oh, who is that guy? It's like Julian. Oh, man, he had that video about hot Kool-Aid. That video was hilarious, man. You ever seen that one? Brother. That was a good one. I'd really hate if I was just like an ignorant young man and he was being overtly racist the whole time. That would be kind of feel bads. Okay, so let's get in with Skyfisher. We're going to play out Sentry. End of turn, we'll flash in a Deputy, whether or not they have anything. We're just turning up that clock. Like, never considered that? You guys don't know Julian from the hot Kool-Aid video? Opponent just swiftly tilting over there, I'm sure. They have tons of 1-drops. I'm sure they're not that starved for lands in their deck. But we have bears. Bears do a pretty good job when you've got no blockers. It'd be sweet if they would like target this with a Tragic Slip, but we can't really, that doesn't really matter. One extra damage a turn is probably worth it. So we'll run out Deputy, see if they want to Tragic Slip our Loyal Sentry here just to slow the clock down. And well, they can target it now, I guess. No, we will not use its ability. Turn comes back to us. When it's discarding the hand size. I think we have a good matchup here, but I don't want to win this way. It's kind of like last night. Like we just face rolled that opponent that played like Forest, nothing else for the whole game. Okay, so go to combat, swing for 5. And we will... yeah, I think leaving Deputy up is fine enough. And we'll do the same thing. We'll flash it in on their end step. They hit another land. So what's this? Anything? You've got to have something. Wrench Mind. Okay, so if that's the case, I would much rather be discarding this Loyal Sentry than a Deputy. So we'll Deputy, pick up our Loyal Sentry. Yes. And we'll have to pitch these two. I mean, going into land 2-for-1 after getting mana starved like this, probably not worst case for our opponent. No, I wanted to... Oh, it's a May. Got it. Yep. Okay, punt. Punt me. We're gonna lose by 1. Ugh. That's not my first punt either. Yeah, I wasn't really thinking. I was playing fast. I punted. I straight up punted. Oh, YouTube comments. Rip the YouTube comments. Watch, they're going to play 1 creature and it would have been lethal. Or they'll have like an edict here. Oh my god. I am so stupid. That's the reason it's in here over White Mane Lion. Hey man, sometimes you play bad and you lose because of it. No, we need to play fast. We have clock. I've found that trying to justify it repeatedly is not necessarily a good tactic. Opponent on 1. We will Kybera Crossroads. Pass the turn. No cards in hand. Opponent has 6 cards in hand. They have to remove both of our creatures or remove a creature, play a blocker next turn. Skyfisher particularly. That Loyal Sentry could have won us the game. We're playing Sentry Bounce, and we could have got a match with Loyal Sentry. But we didn't. We did not. Let's see what happens here. I think we just got it. Like, I really feel like we just have it. There's Skyfisher. Okay. So we'll go to combat. Just swing with Skyfisher because they could have Tragic Slip in hand. If we attack with Deputy, they block. They can give us -1/-1. And do we win? That's a match. Woo! We got okay. We're on par. We're on par with Escape Routes, the original guys. We're gonna mulligan it. It does 2 1-drops actually, and a bunch of stuff that doesn't really do anything until the end of the game. There's a combo in hand, but not enough mana to effectively use it. This is a lot better. We will keep, and I'm okay with another Thraben Inspector. I guess we can go Thraben Inspector, bounce land, Lone Missionary. Thraben Inspector, use that turn as an opportunity to get down. Oh, God. Well, I'm glad we have a Lone Missionary for this matchup. Here we go, guys. Here we go. 3/2 Dream. It's alive. It's going to involve attacking with Thraben Inspectors and Lone Missionaries. And playing fast. Playing really, really fast. We have a really bad Tron matchup. Which, I mean... kind of unlucky, kind of silly to go into this with a bad Tron matchup, but let's just condescend, right? Condescend to X1, where we can have 4 mana next turn. Maybe we don't want to take the turn off to Lone Missionary here. I mean, we have Celestial Flares. We have... You know what? Maybe I should have gotten them to condescend, because they can... they could have Prohibit as well. I don't know what kind of Tron this is. Who are you looking at? Thinking I'm some kind of Tron expert. They get the power plant. Relevant. They have the tower in hand, but they let on island. Or maybe they just don't. Don't you always get tower? I don't know. There's Rift Watcher. They've Condescend X2 here. A little nervous about just running a Rift Watcher into a Condescend. I'm not sure the timing out is likely. Well, at least we don't have that feel bads to be worried about. They're still leaving up Condescend mana here, so... let's use this turn to play a tap land, and we'll draw a card on their end step. We could draw a card now if they want to condescend one of our 1-drops. Maybe that's not even... okay. All right, well, we've got all the stuff we want to recur with escape routes. We just have to land our escape routes. Oh, nice. Mole drifting. They're a little stuck on colored mana and they're discarding to hand size. If that's any consolation, it's kind of not. But if it was, I'm going to journey this Mole Drifter. I'm not sure what their plan is. I feel like us journeying this Mole Drifter, hoping that they're stuck on creatures and resolving another threat here is a lot better than just trying to jank it out with escape routes. He's all about the Stonehorn package? Oh no. Maybe they'll have a little respect for the Stonehorn dignitary then. I'm glad they didn't see our mulligan. Well, they're at 9. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on board. Let's see what this is. Dinrovahor, sure. Okay, gonna bounce our journey. Fantastic, sure. Gonna draw a couple more cards. Yep, we will discard Tranquil Cove. I don't know why they wouldn't bounce our bounce land. This helps our clock, and we're gonna be able to journey this Dinrovahor unless they just have another Dinrovahor in hand. And they get to draw a bunch of cards about it. Go to cleanup step. They discard a Tron land. All right, well, let's journey Dinrovahor. Go to combat. Swing with everything. See how they want to block. They're going to eat a Thraben Inspector, take 5 down to 4. Let's draw a card. There might be a better 1-drop to look for. It's another journey. Okay. Thank you very much for the follow, Jimmy Colorado. Man, I'm gonna need the the help. I'm gonna need the encouragement to get through this one. So let's just see. We've been here. We've been doing this. They have another Dinrovahor. Okay, so now they're gonna bounce our journey, get back Dinrovahor, bounce our flyer. Yup. I guess we still have 4 on board. Journey. So what do you bounce with this? Go ahead. That's the best kind of encouragement, Mr. Colorado. I think maybe, yeah, so they just don't want us to have 4 mana to be able to journey 2 things here. Let's play to untapped land. We do have enough. We have a bunch of untapped lands. Ooh, what's this though? Condescend X1? Man, are they ever good. All right, Aven Earthwatcher ticks down. Celestial Flare. Yeah, okay. So we journey into Dinrovahor. They block. They take 3 down to 1. We're going to lose this next turn. We'll have 1 Thraben Inspector left on board. Oh, God, I feel like this is so close. I really wish that was on tap land. We don't want to play the long game, so... Do we just attack with Aven Riftwatcher and draw a card? Or do we attack with everything? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They block, take 3 down to 1. Go for attacks or go for journeying the Dinrovahor? Or do we journey the Skyfisher? Because if Skyfisher blocks here, Dinrovahor blocks here, they only go to 2. But I guess they lose Skyfisher. They have less blockers next turn. We're kind of okay with that. So yeah, so let's try to journey this Dinrovahor, see if that's all right, see if that works. They could just have more. All out attack, put them to 1, and pray. Just friggin' pray about it. We're gonna block. As we kind of anticipated, they're at 1. We have 2 attackers on the battlefield, a Journey to Nowhere in hand. They have 2 blockers. Is this another Dinrovahor? It's another Mole Drifter. Pretty good. Like we have Condescend X3. We only need to do... Oh, we have to do 2 damage now. Well, that's it. Might as well scoop it up, gang. Yep. Okay. Sure. We lose our Rift Watcher, we gain a bit of life. Like you said, we can't count on our opponent timing out here. Draw Hussar, we can't cast. They know we have Journey in hand, so let's just draw a card. We're in kind of dire straits here, gang. Not finding lands. Our Karus, like the 2 Karu lands in the deck, coming back to bite me again. All right, let's see. We're gonna get Ghostly Flicker locked here. Totally possible. Yeah, I'm nervous. Yeah, okay. Probably a good amount of reasons to scoop here. This opponent playing crazy fast. We're going to leave back Thraben Inspector. They might have something to do with us winning the game eventually. That's terrible. Okay, let's try to Journey the Ninrovahor, or Journey the Dignitary, I guess. And are they going to Condescend? X2, they're just going to Prohibit. There's kind of no coming back here, right? Chump, take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, down to 10. And then we can't cast any of the creatures in our hand. I'm fine with this. They're playing a lot faster than we are. Oh, man. Well, yeah, sometimes they have 2 Ninrovahors. I don't even know what to bring in here. Celestial Flare seems like kind of okay. Oh, God. We're definitely not the better Stonehorn Dignitary deck. Maybe bring in Sanctifiers. It's another threat. And bring in a couple Stormbound Geists. How can we, like, next level 3 horrors? I know. I mean, yeah. And, like, they have the 2? Yeah. I felt it in me bones. That's right. So let's go all in on the flying Stompy plan. Not really what the Court Hussar Loyal Sentry deck wants to do. I see. The funny thing is, I don't know. Are they even doing graveyard stuff, though? Are they, like, flickering? They might be flickering. Okay, so bring in Spell Bombs. Maybe take out 1. We'll take out the Sanctifiers. And we'll take out a... maybe 1 Loyal Sentry. Do it like that. We need all of our flyers. We want Lone Missionaries because they come down early and attack. A big mana deck versus a bunch of bouncy boys. Yeah, you're right, though. You're right, though. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. I'm real glad we got a match, though, guys. I'm real glad we got a match. Yeah. I mean, it's been one of those nights. It's just like the tier 1 decks in this format are insane. So the matchups that this deck is good against is Burn, because of Core Lone Missionary and Aven Rift Watcher, plus escape routes, all of that stuff. So we can get to the late game and get more value than them. It's good against Heroic because it has Edict effects, it has Standard Bearers in the board, and it has Loyal Sentries to block anything without flying. You know, it's a rough match when you go down the card the deck is named after. No, this is the bounce version. We just took out our little aggro plan here. Stonehorn is fine against aggro and anything else, but anyway, so it's good against Boggles. I've beaten Affinity with it twice. I beat Affinity in matches with it twice. It should have been good against Blue-Black. I am kind of deep in the tilt. Yeah, I've beaten Affinity with it in the practice rooms. Don't make me feel like that's entirely worth anything, but I have taken down Affinity with it. Taken down Blue-Black a number of times. I feel like we just got kind of unlucky there. And Burn's a good matchup, Boggles is a good matchup, Heroic's a good matchup. Delver and Tron are our worst matchups, bar none. And Monarch. So I guess being bad against 3 of the top decks in the format, probably not the best idea, but whatever. Oh, God. We have a turn 2 Lone Missionary and a turn 3 Aven Rift Watcher. This has to be worth it. Even if it means giving up blue mana for Court Hussar. It doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, and there'll never be a break for us to land cycle it away if we want to get down Lone Missionary and start attacking. So I guess... Oh yeah, Elves probably does seem really bad. And Elves is especially bad because I took out the I took the fadeaways and the holy lights out of my sideboard, but like Those aren't particularly well. There's a way we could get blue mana eventually. Not really in the plan today. So let's play Lone Missionary, and we'll pass. Yeah, Elves is probably also pretty bad. That's kind of the thing, right? Like Pauper's tough because, or one of the reasons Pauper is tough is because, okay, so this is Condescend X1. And if it is, can we even afford to play around it? Not likely. I'd rather Court Hussar for more threats than, yeah, so I'm going to do that. And if this eats a Condescend, I just hope it doesn't, wasn't Condescend. Of course not. Maybe even hitting land drops is appropriate here. Hitting another Core Skyfisher would be good. We already have one in our hand, though. We'll need more mana if we want to do anything with that, because next turn we can attack with Missionary, Skyfisher, replay Missionary. So let's just, we can already do that, though. So let's take a Skyfisher. We really just need as many threats as we can get. Your turn. Isn't his X equals 0 in this case? Oh, crap. Okay, well, still somewhat content with my plan. Let's go to attacks. We just keep finding Core Skyfishers on the top of our library. So if that's the case, I might cycle this for white mana now. And if they, yeah, they have X1 now. So I think I'm going to cycle this for, no, I can't. Let's play this out. And, yeah. I think we will just play around Condescend X1. We don't want them to get the Scry, even though they get the Scry anyway, I think. Yeah. Get that clock going without asking our opponent to really do anything about it. Do you have the naturals? Just play another Tron land and, like, kill me. Evoking Muldrifter? No, Seagate Oracle. Okay, well, that's pretty good against what we've got going on. They tapped out, which is nice. So let's get in with Riftwatcher. I guess there isn't a lot of reason not to attack with Court Hussar, but I mean, who knows? Okay, so let's Skyfisher back Missionary. And then Skyfisher back Kybera Crossroads. Replay Kybera Crossroads. Pass the turn. We're attacking for 6 in the air. Like, we have a really good clock here. This is the way we beat Tron. If we're going to beat Tron, and we got to do it like 3 turns ago. They're going to sack right away. There's Urza's Tower. They have 5 mana, no colors. There's 5 colors. Now they have colors. Okay, so what's this going to be? Electrickery doesn't do anything. All Lightning Bolt isn't that scary. Oh, how are you going to blow me out? Okay, they're just going to keep playing Prophetic Prisms and cycling through their deck. Still. Okay, so Riftwatcher ticks down. We can pick up Riftwatcher to save it and play Lone Missionary as well. And then next turn we have Journey to try to force through that last bit of damage. So let's attack. And I don't know, maybe they have Rolling Thunder X a Jillion. And we will Skyfisher back. No Rolling Thunder in the last list? Okay. Yeah. Let's get back Aven. Gain some more life. Play Missionary. Pass the turn. I don't know. I'm so afraid of what Tron can do. Like, who knows what's about to happen? If it's even like a dorky Stonehorn Dignitary isn't good for us. They're going to Muldrift. We don't necessarily have lethal around that. We can Journey all blocker. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can Condescend to X5. So if this is Condescend, then it's Condescend. Yeah. They're going to throw away Deep Analysis. I mean, we just have to go for it, right? We have to try to Journey this Muldrifter. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 116, 117, It's a little easier on the mana as well. Okay. If they have it, they have it. And I really hope they don't. I'd rather know that they have it now than any other time. I'm gonna let it resolve. Get Muldrifter. No, come on. Is this Ghostly Flicker? You never. Okay. I guess. We'll see if they have another Ghostly Flicker in hand now, I suppose. We are going to go to attacks and attack with everything. They block here. If they take 5, they go down to 2. I guess we just get a free attack with Court Hussar. Somewhat. They could double block, I guess? Well, I doubt they're going to, yeah. Ghostly Flicker again. Another Ghostly Flicker, huh? Only 2 Condescend in the deck. Okay, so I shouldn't be that afraid of that. They're really digging for an answer here. That's got to be kind of good news for us, right? They're going to take 4 down to 3. Dead to, like, Lightning Bolt. We'll play a Loyal Sentry and hope they don't have, I don't know, a Wrath. Stonehorn Dignitary is pretty bad, too. Go ahead. With 2 flickers down... See what this is. Dinrova Horror? No. Muldrifter. Okay. How many creatures can you play? So we can Spellbomb, we might have a shot. That's right. They have 11 cards in hand. I can't imagine they can't assemble a board that can keep them alive here. Let's see. They have tons of mana left. Play Prophetic Prism. I think they're still dead. Okay. 2 flicker, my B. Oh, they only have 2 flicker. Okay. They could take out 2 dudes with Thunder anyway, unless another tower is incoming. Okay, sorry I missed that one, Jimmy Colorado. Thanks for the heads up. That's probably relevant. Come on, just give me a game against Tron. Just like one day of my life. I just want to. I'm not gonna pitch like their whole hand. If you pitch a Moment's Piece, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. I'm liable to do just about anything at that point. Maybe they're trying to show us as little as they can. There's Custody Squire. Okay, well, we have nothing to do here but attack with everything, right? So they're going to block, block. This gets in. They block, block. We hit for 3 in a lot of ways here. Hey, Mr. Fox, what's up, man? We're not doing almost anything but attacking with everything here. So let's just pray, guys. Let's just pray to the magic gods. Yep. Don't. Please. Do we win? Just, come on. Oh my goodness. Opponent's at 1. There's no Moments Pieces in their list. We play another flyer. They've seen like half of their deck. Let's pass the turn. Imagine Gut Shot. Blah! Oh, they don't have any Moments Piece. Okay, that's kind of nice. They're going to cycle a Remote Island. They've got Mystical Teachings in their graveyard. Does Mystical Teachings get them anything they need here? They're going to Compulsive. We'll just have 6. Oh, I keep dying to Tron on 1. They have 4 Pyroblasts in their deck. Okay. Pyroblast isn't super good against us. Stonehorn Dignitary. Rad. Mnemonic Wall getting back. Ghostly Flicker? Okay. Alright. Yep. Sure. Guess what, guys? We don't get combats anymore. Yeah, whatever. We'll take 2. Oh, God. This is brutal, guys. Okay, well, we got close enough for me to be satisfied with it. They don't even have to Ghostly Flicker. I don't. I planned on putting a couple of Extort creatures in the deck, but they felt too slow. The only thing we can do is get resolve a Nihil Spellbomb. That's literally our only way through. Is to resolve a Nihil Spellbomb and get rid of Ghostly Flicker number 2. And yeah, just hope they don't beat us down in the meantime. Needs more Gut Shot. Yep. Unfortunately, we can only win through combat. We just keep drawing spells that don't matter. Passing turns for Trons. And flashes back teachings. Yep. What do you get? I guess we're just sitting back and enjoying the ride now. Hey, Ace 1040. We're just going to be really excited because he saw you were streaming. He's nonstop talking about how good of a streamer you are. Oh, man, thank you. That is so nice. Thanks. I love streaming, man. It's a really good time. It's honestly, yeah, it's great. Sweet. And I'm glad they enjoy it. Do you know what their username is? I'd love to give them a shout out. And welcome to the stream. We are currently expertly not beating Tron. Like we do. Okay. So let's Hussar. Maybe we'll find a land drop. Or a Nihil Spellbomb. The less counter spells I have, the more opportunities we'll have to find it. Gek Boy. Okay, cool. So maybe they were just on maybe they just saw me on YouTube. I haven't seen them yet. Okay, cool. Gonna flicker a Dignitary just to be sure. Okay, they can do it now. I guess that saves time, so they can F6. Yep. We're not completely locked out yet. I'm not... If they find another mnemonic wall, we are. But I guess not completely. So we'll have to find some way to play around. Oh, never mind. Okay, they have 2 Ghostly Flickers in hand now. We're locked out. So that's it, Hell's House. So for anybody that's wondering, I'll just explain it to you really quick. The only way we had out of this game is to find a Nihil Spellbomb, use that Nihil Spellbomb to nuke our opponent's graveyard while Ghostly Flicker was on the stack. They only have 2 in their deck. So what they have here is 2 Ghostly Flickers in their hand, so they can respond to our Nihil Spellbomb resolving by getting the other Ghostly Flicker out and potentially killing us. I guess we could have more Nihil Spellbombs, though. Thank you very much for the follow, Ace 1040. Thank you. That's awesome. But actually, I don't know. We could find 2 Nihil Spellbombs eventually. Oh, we're friggin' dead. Yep. And we'll discard Custody Squire because we're super far away from it, and our opponent's going to start winning the game now. And that's how this is going to look. There's a Journey. I guess we could, like, Journey to Nowhere all of their Stonehorn dignitaries, but I don't really know about that. It's probably faster to do it to Mnemonic Wall. It gets some more activations if we do it to the dignitaries. Here comes Ghostly Flicker. They could have flickered in response, actually, but yeah. So it doesn't really matter. Flicker. They're going to bounce another one of our permanents. They can bounce pretty much our entire board now. I think that's good enough, guys. Good games, Hellsow. You are obviously a great Tron player. I thought we were going to be good enough to squeak one out against you, but I guess today is not our day. So anyway, have a good night, Tron. Enjoy your flickering fun. Who would I be to not keep this and just go nuts? Opponent's on Greenland, so is this mono green Stompy? Stompy is probably less of a good matchup than some people might think. All right, so turn comes back to us. We will Kibera Crossroads. Of course, Skyfisher makes us keep a little bit better. Oh, is it elves? Oh, goodness. I guess Loyal Sentry is pretty bad against elves. I feel like no 1-drop is a little odd for elves. So I don't know. I think this might be Stompy. Let's see what they play. Solana, Ledgewalker, or Scourge. Burning Tree. Okay, so they're going to play 100 creatures. Oof. Here they come. Here come those burning creatures. I guess they can only really get 1 here unless they have another BTE or a Nest Invader or something. We're worried about Scourge Familiar and Solana Ledgewalker. Nest Invader. Okay, not a big deal. We're going to play out our Sentry next turn, and we'll block whatever the biggest dork is. That's the plan. Okay, so let's play Sentry. And we can start bouncing Sentries with Deputies pretty soon, too. Trying to get the reads. Okay, so we're going to have to discard to hand size. I think we're going to discard Court Hussar because we just won't have enough time to cast it anytime soon, I believe. We'll want to pick up our Deputy with our Core Skyfisher when we get the opportunity. It's just going to be very mana intensive. Oh, we don't have to discard to hand size. Never mind. Elves is brutal. Always sideboard Electricity or Nausea. That was a definite consideration against the meta. Not having anything that gives everything -1/-1 might make white a little bit weaker. Holy Light isn't objectively good. Like, Holy Light is late enough that Elves is bored. Like, if they can resolve a Solana Ledgeblocker and Holy Light is your answer to it, you're not coming back. So I just decided to kind of not do that. And move on with my life. And just lose to those decks. We did run into some pretty brutal matchups tonight, I must say. Like Blue Delver and yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm getting a little nostalgic about how good the deck could have been. Maybe I should run another league off stream and see how well I do. I think it'll have to be better against Delver if it will ever want to compete at all. Elves is my main in Pauper. That's your main, huh? Okay, so I'm not going to block here. I know, right? Sounds crazy. But what we can do, I guess I could like kick a Vines. We're going to hold on to Loyal Sentry because we can pick it up with Deputy Acquittals next turn, and then we can replay it the following turn and still flash it back. So we can remove a couple of their creatures with good value backed up. So I feel like taking 4 there is worth it. There's another Nest Invader, another Eldrazi Scion. Okay, well, that's good. This is the part of Stompy we don't really care about. Ooh, okay. All right, let's just lock them out of combat soon, and we'll move on with our lives. Oh, is the art really bad? I never noticed. No, none of the cards, like, they really are like fine on their own. It's hard for me to admit. I know it's got to be true, but two escape routes is probably 2 escape routes too many. I know it's brutal, but it could be true. Oh, there is in Holy Light? I see. Let's see what this is from our opponent. We're going to Hunger of the Howl Pack that. Okay, so it's going to get in for 5. All right, so blocks are okay like that. We will flash in Deputy. See if they want to Vines our Loyal Sentry, but we're kind of okay with that too. It's like the old Wrath of God art. Once you see the cheeks, you never really want to play it again. Yeah, that's what she said. It's okay. It's okay. Our opponent's double keying. We can get through this. All right, guys, come on. This is our chance. This is our chance to jank one out. Jank one out for the team. Taking 7 down to 13. It's abstract ass. Is that like when you go to I can't even say that. It's like trying to pick up at an art museum. Oh man, I got him. Oh yeah. Oh, that was tight. Okay, let's play a Loyal Sentry. And try to continue administering the 2-for-1s. I kind of don't know though. I sort of want to just like I kind of want to just Journey to Nowhere this. Like we have another. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So I'm just going to Journey the Nest Invader. We have no problem, King of Jank. Thanks for coming through, man. I really appreciate it. Thanks again for all the shoutouts on Twitter. I know I'm not good at it. I'm pretty slow to adapt, but yeah, I appreciate having you around, man. It's been great to have a chat in real time. Seriously. Have an awesome night. Enjoy your dinner. All right, let's see what's going on here. We will block so aggressively, incredibly aggressively. Is this going to be Rancor? Thanks, pal. Some finger guns for you. Have a good night. Yep, they're gonna rank her up. The Scion? No. Okay, the Nettle Sentinel. Wonder if they know how Loyal Sentry's ability works. They might be trying to find an opening to get a Skargan Pitskulk out here. I'm gonna attack. Yep. So we will block and block. At the very least, make them recast that ranker. Or they're just gonna pump this. So we're gonna lose a pump spell. We're gonna trade a pump spell with our deputy, which isn't a huge loss. You won the game, Kirk. There you go. That's not how Vines works. That's not how this works, dude. But sweet. We got a Vines of the Vastwood out of their hand. Oh man, sick. Didn't lose to anyone. Not much profit, but I got 4 free cannon fodder. Wait a minute. You put people in your cannons? I'm pretty sure that's not above board, dude. Okay, so this might be our opportunity to court Hussar for another land. And do we care much? Yeah, that's good enough under there for now. Court Hussar for a land and just play out Loyal Sentry. They're going to get frisky with this. So what does this become? A 2-1? So yeah, so let's court Hussar. That's a good enough blocker. I don't think so. I think they're too proud. I think they're going to play it all the way through. We're at 13. They could certainly find ways to beat us here. I'm just going to take more removal, I think. Rift Watcher actually seems pretty good, though. But I'm going to take more inexpensive removal. All right. And we'll play out Loyal Sentry in the interest of being mana efficient. Last turn. Recur Loyal Sentry with a Custody Squire. We're closer to lands now, too, which is relevant. There aren't a lot of worlds where we block this Eldrazi spawn, I must say. Because we can recur whatever blocks. If they only have one creature, we can recur whatever blocks it with our... Ooh, just the raw Pitskulk, huh? And you're going to ranker it up? You are. Okay. Sure. Not a big deal. Nothing incoming that we're worried about. Okay, so there's another Court Hussar. It's a little risky to tap out of Celestial Flare here, because chances are they're only going to be attacking with this Pitskulk next turn, and we seriously want to get them. We can also leave up Deputy of Acquittals if they do manage to make that a bad play. Kind of locked down under our own Azorius Chancery here. We could Court Hussar and look for a Plains, but I don't think that's very good either. We do have to hit our land drops, and pretty soon here. But I feel like being able to leave up Celestial Flare is too good here, even if we have to resolve it after damage. So I'm just going to pass. That could be incorrect. The right play there might have been Stonehorn. Okay, let's see what this is. 3 mana. Is this Elephant Guide? On Skargan Pitskulk? That's good news-ish. Ish. Okay, well that makes our Celestial Flare active. 100% active. They're gonna get to ranker up their stupid elephant token here, but Celestial Flare you. And we get to start, well actually we don't get to start attacking yet, but we can block the Elephant Guide, so that's relevant. They have 1 card in hand. They're gonna ranker up their elephant dude. We have Deputy of Acquittals here. Love to find an untap land, commit this Stonehorn Dignitary. Yep, bunch of triggers. Gonna time out Stompy for our last match of the night, I guess. Doing a late one tonight. But let's go. Let's friggin' go. Let's get the 2-3 guys. These play points don't grow on trees. We need this. Ranker it up. Doesn't really matter. We have Deputy. Unless they have some way to make it unblockable, which I don't think is something that they're planning on doing. Ugh. We have to find a land here. We can just recur a Loyal Sentry with Custody Squire if we do find a land. And if we can find a land here, we can core Skyfisher, and that's pretty great. Core Skyfisher back to Hussar. Found an untap land. Oh my god, escape routes! I want to do it so bad, but we need our land. So I'm just going to grab a land, bottom these 2 amazing cards. given, like, that was a pretty slow start from this deck. I would assume Stompy would normally just stomp all over our faces, but... Alright, so we'll play a land, and we'll just pass for them. Skyfisher could have been the correct play there. Play out Ash Baron's Raw, but we need a ton of white mana. Like, eventually, later in the game, we could need it. So they're gonna get in? They're gonna get in. Probably, hopefully, for a lot of trample damage. So we can afford to just block with a bunch of stuff here. Because it should just die. And if they have some way to prevent that, then good on ya. Or if they have, like, if they had some way to deal with this somehow, like regenerate it, I don't know. Oh my goodness, how good is that snake creature against us, huh? It's pretty good. Ranker goes back to their hand. They have 2 cards in hand. We have 2 Court Hussars on the battlefield. Next turn, we're going to get to Custody Squire, get back our Sentry, attack for a couple points of damage. What's this now? A creature? No plays this turn. I wonder if they're just on pump spells. Dealt with a good number of threats. They could have Pit Skulk in hand or something. So we'll see what this is. Pit Skulk is still pretty good for them. Vault Scourge. Okay, we will have to deal with that eventually. Yep, gonna Ranker it up. And they'll pass. Okay, so this is a pretty good reason to just have one of these turns. So let's play a land. Pick up Court Hussar. And replay Court Hussar. We have a blocker for Vault Scourge now, so at the very least, our Court Hussars trade for... I should have attacked, man. It's so dumb. Solely for Riverboa, yeah. Well, we found lots of lands that time. Let's go with the life gain land, because we might not need untap land next turn. And I'm going to attack with this Court Hussar. If they want to block and use a removal spell or use a pump spell now, then all the power to them. I should have attacked with both. We could lose this game by 1 as well. That's certainly something that has happened before. I don't know if you guys remembered just moments ago. Hey, P Proteus. Oh man, Proteus, what's up, dude? How are you doing tonight? Glad to have you. All right, so this is going to kind of suck, but we're going to have to be a little tricky here. So let's actually, do we just Dignitary a couple times? Or like play Rift Watcher and double block? Or just, I think we should just remove it. I think we should absolutely just remove it. So let's go to attacks. Attack for 4. Proteus, man, how you doing? Good to have you. Thanks for stopping in. So let's bounce Skyfisher. Yes. We will give them back their dude, I suppose. It wears a Ranker okay, but it's a lot harder for us to block. And Nest Invader will come back. They're going to get another token. I really hope they don't have any way to deal with our journey with colorless mana, but hopefully they're not. 10 out of League! Oh man, that's rad! Considerably better than my than my string of O or my 1 O10. It's a pride thing, you know. No, Is It Flicker was tough for me. It was very tough to play that quick and to just keep things going. There's Queer Ranger, don't care about that. Luckily, we don't care about that. We do have to start resolving Custody Squires and winning the game, though. Or eventually just find a... I think, what's their hand? Ranker Unknown? But we eventually just have to find a... or just something to deal with combat. Sorry, we have to find an escape route and start bouncing us a bunch. All right, so instead of a removal spell... Well, actually... If we do it like this, and they have a pump spell, well, they can't have Skargan Pit Skulk and pump spell. So let's just trade our Deputy with this Nest Invader. Pit Skulk could be pretty huge, I admit. If this is Pit Skulk and not pump spell, then that kind of sucked. Also tried mono white Tron recently. It was fun. Maybe needs a better list. I'd say that's probably a common sentiment. All right, so they pump. Okay, sure. We're getting to a precariously low life total here, gang. We're gonna have to start even Rift Watchering and Custody Squiring, maybe a bit of Stonehorn Dignitary action, and actually put a clock on them as well. Because we're at 3. Okay, so turn comes back to us. Stonehorn Dignitary is great here, so we'll just go to attacks, swing. See if they have anything to do about that. They won't. So we will Rift Watcher. Get a little bit of life back. And we will Dignitary. And pass the turn. They cannot be happy with Stonehorn Dignitary here. 0 cards in hand. I don't even know if they keep committing threats or not. They might just be holding pump spells. All right, Vanishing ticks down. I think we're gonna want to. Whoa! Thank you for the bits. Oh man, no, thank you, Pony Puddle, for the host. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Welcome to the Anynewprovince stream, guys. We are trying to bounce, flicker, and lock our opponent out of the game with with Court Hussars and Loyal Sentries, along with my favorite card, Escape Routes. Welcome. Thank you so much, Pony Puddle. I appreciate that. I really do. Okay, so. Do we give them a combat? Let's give them a combat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hey, Judge Kyle, what's up? Yeah, I'm hoping it works out. There's a chance our opponent has 2 pump spells in their hand and they just straight kill us this turn, but I guess we will see. I might get Deputy for Stonehorn Dignitary. We'll just make some risky blocks next turn and then keep locking them out of combat. We only need to attack them twice to kill them. So we just gotta hope they don't have a lethal string of pump spells next turn, and we should be in good shape. So we get back our Deputy. How you making out, Judge Kyle? What was Pony Puddle up to tonight? Whoa, thank you for the follow. Thank you, Pony Puddle. Appreciate it, man. What were you up to tonight? Thanks, I appreciate that. It's definitely a fun stream. Our record doesn't necessarily reflect it. We're trying to beat out the Stompy deck. Ooh, Scred Delver in Pauper. The best format. Our opponent gives us back 2 cards because they're just so nice. Trying to get published. No good today so far. Yeah, I know what you mean, dude. We are certainly, if you are a dude, excuse me if you're not. I kind of use it unisexually. Anyway, I would have loved a 5-0 with this list, but as you can see, it's trying to jank it out just a little weeny bit too hard. Okay, they're going to attack. We are going to block like a lot. Block with a ton, because there are some number of pump spells that blow us out here. Let's see how our opponent reacts to this. We can get that back with a Custody Squire, and they're just going to let it go. Okay. We won. Sweet. No good today so far. Well, maybe you'll get it next time, dude. Or I gotta stop saying that. Okay, so bring in our Circle of Protection Greens, our Standard Bearers, and another Celestial Flare. Take out... Oh, this is the tough one, right? Take out maybe the Stonehorns. Like, the Stonehorns are a little too slow, honestly. But they kind of... I don't think this deck has a way to interact with them. The kind of jank that shows Stompy what it is, huh? It's doing a little better in terms of percentages. Thank you for that cheers, man. Thank you so much, Pony Puddle. I appreciate that. Okay, we have 5 cuts to make. 5 cuts to make in very little time. What's too slow? Deputy is best against removal, and when we want to recur stuff cheaply, having just another random bear probably isn't great. It does do a better job of escape routes with Loyal Sentry in the early game, though. Then escape routes in the early game. Maybe we cut a Custody Squire. Standard Bearer might do a better job than at least 1 Deputy. Our card advantage shouldn't be too important. We could go down a couple of Thraben Inspectors, but I like having blockers early on, given they have rankers, so they don't really matter. So I think I'm going to shave a couple of Thraben Inspectors and maybe go down 1 routes. Hopefully the bounce from the Deputies and the Core Skyfishers will get the Stonehorn Dignitaries there. Yeah, okay, cool. So we'll take out the last, oops, we'll take out, whoops, I hate it when I do that. I like do something wrong, and instead of being a respectful adult, a respectable adult, I just go, whoops. I know Rue you live. I know Rue, I know where you live. You don't. How do you know that? There's no way you could know that. I know where you live, but hello, and welcome to the stream. Little Sentry, Deputy of Acquittals. Snap it off. Snap that off. We're pretty bad against Skarg and Pitskulk. Like, we're bad enough against Skarg and Pitskulk that that this could go very, very badly. Yeah, we'll keep. Yeah, welcome everybody, all of you new viewers. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I'll just let you guys know, if you want, there's a deck tech up here. Oh yeah, we do a little ASMR here every now and then. You know what? Maybe it's not that odd. Just being so obsessed with playing the cheapest format that has such high like creativity and power level, I feel like it makes a lot of sense, really. That's really interesting though, Pony Puddle. We should chat. And yeah, so anyone that's new to the stream, I just posted a link to a deck tech. You guys can check the deck tech out there. There's also a deck list. And we have a Discord where we hang out between matches. So if you guys are into just chilling, that's where you can just chill. Do you think that building Delver is a bad idea? I am really worried of the ban hammer ruining it after a month when the bans are announced. What do you think they would hit? That discussion is like the most all over the place ever right now. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand it. Instead of going up to 2 white mana here, I'm going to try to attack and get our opponent with our deputy here. Okay, they're not going to trade. Fine. Okay, well, that was much worse. So we'll just pass the turn, I guess. Maybe we should 3-up an Inspector. They might have like Cartouche of Strength or some kind of like removal spell. I don't think anything will get banned either. That should have been White Source. So what do we do instead? You don't continue playing badly once you've been playing badly. So we will just flash Deputy in at some point, most likely. Unless they do have that targeted removal spell, but it looks like they just have Querying Ranger, so that's cool. And let's see what goes on here. If they play just like another random 2/2, I will definitely flash in Deputy of Acquittals to start blocking. If they want to boggle this up, we have a Celestial Flare in hand. We also have this bit of interaction. They could hit the Fairy package, but like personally, I don't know that that's a good idea, because people like me, like brewers, like seriously, so if anybody that, you know, that matters is out there listening, please don't hit the Fairy package, because brewers kind of need that. You can, in the same way that Saffron Olive uses the Ponza shell with the Arbor Elves and the Utopia Sprawls to kind of get results out of cards that might not do the trick otherwise. Maybe this isn't a good play. Maybe that was just a bad turn altogether, where I didn't play my tap land and now I'm going to be completely punished by it. So maybe I should run this out and start attacking. So I hope you don't hit the Fairy package, because I appreciate having it a lot as kind of a contingency to being able to play cards that might be worse otherwise, I guess. Okay, so let's Kybera Crossroads, gain some life, and I might just Journey this Querying Ranger right now. They only have 2 cards in hand. And unless they can just straight up kill us with Solana Ledgewalker next turn, then Celestial Flare should just continue doing the trick. They might have the Vines, but that's okay. We've got a bunch of core Skyfishers, so if you want to waste a Vines on this Querying Ranger instead of trying to win the game with it, totally cool with that. The Fairies are annoying, but from a deck design perspective, it just punishes decks that don't make an attempt to play around the stack. Yeah, you're totally right. Being able to play at instant speed is huge. And that's just one of those things, you know, like you have to live with it. And like Delver is beatable. I don't really understand, like if you tech against it, like Stompy is quite good against Delver, right? So if you can tech against it, then we'll just have a little ebb and flow, I think. In my opinion, I don't feel held down by anything in particular. All of the competitive decks are really good. You know what I mean? There's an obvious upper tier, and all of those decks are great. Like Burn is as consistent as those decks are, in my opinion. You know, Boros, Monarch, Stompy, Elves. Yeah, like there are a lot of good matchups, I think. And so we kind of just have to have a little movement. Like I don't, the data, that isn't very much data. I guess it's about as much data as you get from like a standard season or something like that. But I don't think it's grounds for a ban. Not by any means. All right, opponent's going to get in. We're at 15. That's not an awesome life total to be at. And they're on one card in hand. Okay, let's try to Celestial Flare our way to victory, I guess. Attack with Loyal Sentry. Sorry for, did I just peek super bad? Excuse me, guys. Gotta be careful with this mic sometimes. I'm living proof that it's not an instant win. All those people top eighting with it every week are really good. They are. Yeah, I'll give that to them too. I think Bilster was one of the people that won the challenge with that. And you guys saw earlier, like we had an example of exactly how Bilster is able to pilot that deck to victory without much effort. Well, maybe there's some effort. Playing quickly does not necessarily equate to playing effortlessly. No, what did I do? I just targeted myself with my goddamn Celestial Flare. I wasn't paying attention. Oh my god. Oh my god, punt me. That was so stupid. They deserve to win now. 100%. Yeah. You get talking. Just gonna pass it over. I'm streaming and not paying attention. I targeted myself. I'm an idiot. Okay. Opponent's like, what happened? I'm like, I'm just stupid. I'm just very, very stupid. Opponent. How do we want to? Okay, guys, let's focus. Like, let's just go to blocks. Can't block. Celestial Flare you. Is that so hard? Yeah, you seriously did. If we didn't have another one, that would have been game. So oh, YouTube, please be gentle to me. Please don't hurt me too bad, YouTube. Please be nice. Be nice to me. I'd really appreciate it. There's a Pit Skulk. Okay, we can block that. We can't block it with a Rancor on it. So we're hoping to hit a poor Skyfisher to bounce this. Oh God, I'm such an idiot. I hate this. I don't know about that, dude. Okay. We can't conceivably find a 3-power creature. So let's sack a clue. We're gonna be okay. We're gonna be okay, team. Oh, YouTube, please be gentle. Do it like this. Play out a Loyal Sentry and pass the turn. Yeah, I watched a good amount of Tom's playing. I didn't think it was that bad, but a lot of people have had complaints. Nothing could have. I just targeted myself with a Celestial Flare because I was bantering on. Honestly, I am really passionate about like the format, and I don't think banning Delver is necessarily a way to improve it. Okay, they're gonna kill Skyfisher, make a huge dude, make a big duder. And we're gonna journey next turn. Oh God. Oh man, yeah, in before YouTube destroys my life. So yeah, so we don't have a lot of hopes here. Well, I guess, okay, so Solana Ledgewalker is their last card. That's not great. You know what would go great against a Solana Ledgewalker is a frickin' Celestial Flare. So we just gotta play fast, we gotta play smart. We can't conceivably ever block this Pit Skulk, so we are going to Journey it, and then we are going to go on the Acquittals Beatdown, I guess. They're gonna get in for 4 at least next turn. If they attack with Quirion Ranger, I have no trouble flashing in a Deputy to block it. Oh my goodness, guys. Okay, well, I should lose because of that. It's sort of like not at all fair that they wouldn't. All right, here comes Solana Ledgewalker. Yep. See if they want to attack with Quirion Ranger. Okay, so on attacks, we will flash in. I guess we should tap correctly. Let's flash in Deputy. I'm not even going to recur. Maybe I should recur Thraben Inspector for the card draw. I don't really know if that's worth it. Probably not. Oh my god, I feel like such a dummy. Is card draw our way out of this game? Yeah, I think maybe getting 1 less damage just to draw an extra card next turn is probably worth it. So we'll return Thraben Inspector, we'll go to blocks, we'll block Quirion Ranger. We have another Edict in our deck. Oh my goodness. But I should lose now. Perceivably, I should lose. They might have us dead on board next turn. We got another Celestial Player in our deck. And he mulligans a fantastic... Okay. Attack for 4. And then if they can't kill us this turn and they want to attack with Solana Ledgewalker, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have Xaxes. So let's see if they can kill us. And or play a blocker, I guess. We're gonna go to attacks, get in. Sure. They're not gonna get in. They're gonna get in. Okay. Yep. And is this pump for lethal? Do it. Just like you might as well. Kicked vines. Thank you for the 100 bits for the punts. I'm going to be so hard on myself. Okay. Yep. So we have to come back from that. I just have to come back from doing the dumbest thing I've ever done in the entire series of this series. Okay, guys, I'm going to pay attention this time and really try to come back. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the 100 bits. I friggin' needed that. Why did I target myself? What? When do you ever... I was just like talking, clicking. I was like, we're good. We're going to win. At least I'm hard on myself for it. That was the worst one. That was the worst one I ever did. That was the baddest one, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is that, I guess, maybe it's not quite as bad as that time Kenji conceded, like Snap conceded for no reason, but it's pretty friggin' bad. At least we have fun here. That is 100% my intention. We had a lot of outs there again, but I mulliganed essentially, or I just discarded the card that I would that would have won me the game there. Savage. Okay, well, that's it. Don't pay attention, you lose games. I know where you live. I know it's like it's really awesome that you followed and like popped in and everything, but like, are you out there? That's kind of creepy. You just like say you know where I live and you don't respond again. Okay, we're moving on. We're moving on, everybody. Rip YouTube comments. Rip YouTube comments because I threw a match. Twitter? What about Twitter? Uh-oh, is somebody hitting me up on Twitter? I have a Twitter. Who's hitting me up on Twitter? Oh my goodness. What's going on Twitter? What happened? Oh man. Oh, that's how you know. Okay. Yeah, that's true actually. Okay. This is a good hand. Please, like... No whammies, team. No whammies. Okay, let's play Tranquil Cove. Pass the turn. Oh yeah, you could tell where I was at from that. You're 100% right. Oh, I could have so much closer to a good record if I would have got there with that one. Oh well. Oh well. So this isn't trivial. Do we want to journey this Nettle Sentinel right now? And then next turn, we'll be able to cop green, bounce a land. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay, so let's journey Nettle Sentinel with a bunch of dudes for con. Oh, sick. Enjoy. I was going to see if you're within reach and go to Rowan. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be cool. You need to meet up with people, man. Seriously, that's one of those. So, okay, so I guess it's time to come out. Now that I'm in a vulnerable emotional place, considering how the last match I just threw away for no apparent reason. So yeah, I kind of have a fear of flying, like a debilitating fear of flying, which is, oh, okay, natural state. Well, we're probably hoping they saved that because we're going to play a pretty good natural state target next turn. And we can get this back with our Custody Squires when we find it. We have one Custody Squire. So let's cop green. Hope they don't have another naturalize effect. What just happened? Why is my TV on? What? Abby, was that you? Oh god, guys, my TV's become sentient. Give me one sec. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's see how our opponent deals with cop green. Okay. I was terrified of heights and plans as well before I was forced to work. After my first trip, I joked about quitting and becoming a flight attendant. Flying is great and turbulence feels like you're on a waterbed. Yeah, you kind of have to cope with it in that sense, don't you? You have to just find a way to live with it. Like, just get good at it. All right, I'm going to play a Rift Watcher. I don't know what this is. Pit Skulk. Crap. So if this is Pit Skulk Rancor, we're not in great shape. We can cop it for a while. It's only on 5 minutes. Oh my god! Okay, that's pretty good. All right, so it's Rift Watcher this turn. And... yeah, let's Rift Watcher, because it can block Pit Skulk. And then eventually they're not going to want to attack. We'll have to Celestial Flare them. And this is like, I made fun of that opponent earlier too for Gets verdicting themselves. And it's like, man, it happens, I guess. I will go on planes all day long. Still won't go on a roller coaster. I went on a lot of roller coasters when I was younger, but I was quite the brave young man at the time. Okay, so they're going to Rancor up Pit Skulk. Okay, so that's good news for us and our Celestial Flare plan, so long as we don't Celestial Flare ourselves again. They know it's coming now too, so it's a lot less good. I wonder if they're going to Quirion Ranger now, or are they going to attack with Nettle Sentinel? Yeah, they're just going to attack with Skargan Pit Skulk. Okay, sure. Pit Skulk gets in. Not a lot we can do about that. You go to 16. Opponent's on 4 minutes on clock. Pretty relevant. Yikes, though. That was tough, guys. That was tough that I just like threw an entire match. But you have to admit it to yourself. What have you cast? Another Nettle Sentinel. Okay. So they're going to be in a position to play around Celestial Flare pretty well. I almost think we just want to try to stem the bleeding as well as we can here. It's not going to help a ton, but it should do somewhat of the trick. So we're going to play out a Court Hussar, look for more interaction. Standard Bearer is pretty great. We're going to grab Standard Bearer. Maybe I even just play Standard Bearer this turn? How could that go wrong? Because we can block. I think I'll Standard Bearer. That'll stop them from playing Rankers at the very least, and maybe it'll get us in a better position to rank or to Celestial Flare next turn. Opponent is definitely going wide. If there was a turn to win with this card, it was last game, not this game. I don't even know how I did that. I must have been barely conscious. They're just gonna get in for 4, not a bad way. Yep. Okay, so what's this? River Boa. Okay. Dece plus. So I wonder what they sack next turn. We can't block this. Ugh. Yep. And can you replay your land drop? I feel like you already did. Oh no, it's the Slippy Boy. Journey. Good. Okay, so let's Court Hussar. And okay, so we're going next level with this gang. We won't be able to block. Yeah, like we won't be able to do anything about Pit Skulk, but what we can do is Skyfisher back our island, play a plains, and pass the turn, and just like hope we're gonna live here. Yeah, it's kind of the only way out here. All right, let's see what they've got. I think they've got just attack with Pit Skulk. Okay, we've got a narrow window here, gang. Very narrow window. We're at 8. Is this another Pit Skulk? No, Burning Tree Emissary. Okay, we don't really care about that much. They can start going wide now, which really sucks. Yep. Untap your Nettle Sentinels, get some mana. 2 minutes on the clock. Oh no, it's Slippy Boy. Float some mana, play another River Boa. Haha, not so fancy now, are you, River Boa? But I feel like they're going to attack with quite a bit next turn. Our turn comes back. We're going to gain some life, lose a blocker. Can't block the Skulk. No. No, we cannot. The best thing we can do is try to trade with as many of their creatures as we can, and on their damage step, try to Celestial Flare to get rid of No. Okay, so let's just hope they don't attack with a bunch of stuff here, though I'm sure they will. I guess they have to tap out to regenerate the River Boas. I'm gonna play a land, 1 card in hand. We're gonna attack with a bunch of stuff. Yep. Okay, so block a Nettle Sentinel, block a River Boa, block a River Boa. We'll have to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go to 1. And Celestial Flare still doesn't do anything, even for the next few turns. Guys, I'm so mad that I punted a friggin' match away. Ugh. This is the face of a person who has learned their lesson. Yep, gonna regenerate. And Thank you for punting alongside me. I will definitely never make that mistake again. That was a mistake of epic proportions. Yep, okay. Making them sack an attacking creature here doesn't do anything. Although this probably doesn't get any better with the way river boas work. God. I think I'm going to flare them. Get rid of one of those attackers. Yeah, I feel like maybe getting in there to trade with this would have been better, like blocking here, bouncing it. Yeah, okay, sure. We are at 1. There isn't a ton of stuff that gets us out of this. Dignitary would be one of those things. But we have to get Dignitary, and we have to get it right now. I completely deserve this, though, gang. For what it's worth. All right, so they're going to pass the turn. It's our turn. We draw Ash Barrens. We can't block Pit Skulk. We're at 1. It's my own fault for throwing this match away. So see you later, Stompy.